Okay. Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Can everybody hear us? Um, I am Game Master Roger. Today we are joined by Decado. Decado's over there. That's that way. Decado, JB, and Jason. We are also joined by GM Bloodworth.
Excellent. Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Hey.
Sorry about the fact that I am traveling from home. I'm pulling a J. Scott Garibay in part.
You're not officially pulling a J. Scott Garibay unless you have the camera on and it's aimed directly up your nose.
Yeah, well, I could put the camera on, but I don't know what angle you'll get it at. So
yeah, unless we can count your nose hairs, it doesn't count as J. Scott Garibay.
Yeah, no, I will save you all from that.
I got to be careful, Scott. If you're out there, we love you. So just let us know. Give us a shout out, and we'd love to have you. Love to have you. So today we are talking about Free League Publishing. They are there's some excitement here. I know some of these guys have played and are a lot more into it than I am. So for those of you who don't know, I don't know why you wouldn't, right? But they're a Swedish company that was formed in 2011 from the remnants of another game company. I don't know the name of that game company because I can't pronounce it. And they were making a game that I also can't pronounce, or I'm not going to try on live stream. So, but yeah, and they've acquired the license for I don't know the number, but it's got to be at least 10, 15 games, maybe 15 different IPs and things like that. They published Morkborg. That was one of their big ones earlier on. That was somewhere around 2015 or so, I think, something like that. I probably should have wrote that down, but that they did the One Ring, which is also their kind of own system, and then they did Dragonbane, which is based on an older, based on Dragonbane from a long time ago. They kind of revamped it, bought the rights to it, and revamped it. And then with their Year Zero engine, they have done they've done a ton of games. Alien, Blade Runner, Coriolis, The Electric State, Forbidden Lands, Invincible, which is I believe that finished Kickstarter already. That's off.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
a week ago. Mutant Year Zero, Tales from the Loop, Twilight 2000, Vaesen, and the Walking Dead, and that's all on their Year Zero engine or slight modifications to their Year Zero engine. So they've done a lot of stuff, and they keep making stuff. Yeah, I think they've done a fantastic job with a lot of their things, a lot of the IPs. I know they've gotten a lot of awards for art and layout, things like that. But yeah, it's been pretty good. So they've had a pretty good trip, and hopefully they keep making stuff. So
They also have video games. Year Zero is a video game as well.
what? How much did they have to do with that? Do you know? Did they did somebody buy the rights from them to do that, or are they actively involved in development?
Well, they probably didn't develop it themselves, but they certainly licensed it. Yeah, just like Baldur's Gate 3. WotC had nothing to do with the actual development of the game. They just licensed it.
Well, we're still waiting for WotC's version of their tabletop system. That this should be out any day now, right?
It's coming.
I see
They have a miniature game too.
Mutant Year Zero on Steam.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad game. It's actually pretty challenging. Actually, it's not an easy game either. It's like a third person shooter.
Okay.
For the most part. But yeah, I played it a bit, and like I said, tough game. Not an easy game.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, and in a lot of because you don't want something that's too easy.
Yeah. Plus, you get to play a dog or whatever. They took a lot of things from Dragonbane in there, and you have that aspect of it.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, in Mutant Year Zero, there's a whole faction that's called I think Gen Lab Alpha, which is it's all like animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like the genetically altered or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's published by Funcom. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's put out by Funcom, yeah. Which actually makes a lot of sense because Funcom is actually a very good games developer. A computer game developer. They don't hold on to their IPs very long though. That's the one downside to Funcom, but I haven't come across a game that they've made that was that was garbage.
I played Anarchy Online for years. Loved that MMO. Oh man, it was so good. It's extremely dated now. Anarchy Online, AO.
Oh yeah. The
Anarchy
Online
terrible now. Decades old, but I played Conan. Played that a lot. So, yeah, they do good stuff.
Oh, Conan was the newer one, the
MMO
2-player. Oh, the MMO.
Well, Conan had several different iterations.
Yeah.
Conan Exiles, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
I can look it up later and check, but I'm pretty
sure.
Yeah,
there was one that came out, I think, like a few years ago that was like, I think it was like a 2-player game or something. Or they made, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of something. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. That doesn't happen, right? So
we're going to find out.
So, so Free League. So, most of their games are on their, the Mutant Year Zero system or Year Zero engine, I guess is what they call it. And that's obviously.
I don't know if I'm breaking up or you guys are breaking up.
I think
it's going to be on your end. Yeah.
You're probably going through a tunnel, so hopefully it won't be that long. So the Year Zero engine, so I mean that's used in 95% of their games, like I said, unless it's something that's that they kind of reused. I'm not sure why they didn't end up using that for the One Ring, we played it the one time, I know, and I know it's a little bit different than that, or is it close enough where it's the Year Zero engine? You guys are looking at me like I might be crazy.
No,
I
I'm
haven't
looking at
played
my
that.
yeah, I'm looking at my box set because I don't remember.
So, because I had thought that the Year Zero engine
it is
is
different.
you roll a number of dice, right, equal to your stat plus your skill, right, and you're looking for sixes,
Yeah.
right, for successes.
Mhm.
And the One Ring system, you're rolling. It's similar. You're rolling your d6s based on your stat, but you're adding the total up, right, against the difficulty number.
I believe that's correct.
Yeah.
I hate not being able to say yes or no, but
No,
I'm really
that's
not sure.
that's fine. And I probably should have done some research ahead of time, but on that. But
yeah.
So I'm not sure why they didn't do that if they needed something. Yeah.
So those are, you add that to your rolls. So.
Yeah. So I don't know why they didn't use the Year Zero engine for it. If there was a licensing thing where they had to create their own system, or something like that. I'm not sure, but
I would be surprised if that were the reason, because there's also a Lord of the Rings that's 5e. It's
right.
It's the One Ring with a 5e version.
True. Yeah. I'm not sure on that. What's your opinions overall on the Year Zero engine?
I like it. I was thinking about that before we started.
Sure.
I think that's one of the things that they did that Free League did really well. It's kind of like the 3.0, 3.5 OGL. You've got one system that works for most games. So now you've got this humongous spectrum of IPs that you can throw at this system. If I know how to play Mutant Year Zero, I can jump into Blade Runner. I can jump into Twilight 2000. And with just a little bit of tweaking, I'm like, oh, okay, I know how to use this system. I'm good to go. So it's like the D20 system.
You only have to learn the differences.
Right.
Instead of having to start over, you have the base knowledge or whatever of it.
Those differences are usually pretty subtle too. Like they're not very glaring. So it's easy. We've done that. We've played Vaesen. We played Mutant Year Zero. We played Aliens, and it's not hard to shift to each of those games because that rule system is it's pretty simple anyway, and then because it does work pretty much the same from game to game to game. Even Dragonbane, which doesn't do that, takes elements from it, and you can see those elements in it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the core isn't there with the D6 pool or whatever, but the the main mechanic in Dragonbane is just a D20 roll under your skill or stat, simple. Which is which is very, very easy to explain to anybody, and they can pick that up, super easy.
Yeah, I mean, you literally only have to roll for the most part, you only have to roll a D20.
That's right. Except for like damage and things like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. As far as there's no math, right? And that's one thing. And I know that Jason knows that I'm not a big fan of like roll under systems. So it's rare that I'll throw a compliment at that. But I will say that the roll under system, you have a number and you roll the thing on the die, and all you need to know is whether the number that you rolled, if it's lower, than the number on your sheet,
pretty simple.
And that's it. You don't have to say, well, I get a +2 for this, and then there's a -2 for this, and I'm flanking, and I get this bonus, and this feat gives me a +1 when I'm hopping on one foot and swinging with my left hand, and you don't have to do any of that that math. Chris, that's what.
That's right, Chris. Chris is one of the guys in my group, home group.
Oh, he's one of yours. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, if you want to subscribe to a couple other cool channels, not quite as cool as Decato's, you can subscribe to mine, and you can subscribe to Bloodworth's channel.
That's actually something that came up from a couple different people about somehow linking whoever's on, if they have channels, I've had a couple guys ask me about that, like, what channel is him? And I'm like, well, I'm trying to send them information. So I don't know if there's a way to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm lucky I
Well,
got
so we're
my headphones
yeah.
on.
So you linked your channel right when you logged in.
Yeah, I'm on the real stream going through my channel. That's probably how he's watching it.
So we should be scanning. Yeah. So yeah, actually, there's the little eyeball next to where it says how many viewers there are up on the top left. It to me, it's just over my face. I don't know if you can see that. No,
Well,
you
no,
don't
I
see
don't
number
see
of
that.
viewers. Okay, well, it tells me we got 11 viewers, and it says that 6 are from my
Big
channel,
time.
4 are from your channel, and 1 is from Unscripted and Unchained.
So we've got your group
So,
and Stan's group and some straggler.
Oh, Zagging's my buddy from PA that I play with. That I was
Oh.
talking about earlier.
this is Ducato was saying nice things about you.
He's a good dude.
You're saying you guys chat for hours. So
Not yet, but we will be.
True
We
Bank,
certainly will, yeah.
we'll
We definitely
definitely get there.
Yep.
Yep.
We'll have to talk about 10 minutes about how to say the word, but
That's my one. If I have a knock on Free League games is because I'm from Maine, like rural Maine. I barely
Yep.
speak English, so it's like playing Vaesen, like trying to pronounce some of those Swedish names.
All those
it's
Nordic
a horse
words
show.
are
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, like I said, it's not their fault. It's probably my fault. I have with their games. Other than that,
My wife
they're some of
is
my favorite.
my wife is from rural Maine, so I love all the Mainers or the Mainers.
The Manus.
But yeah, no, I hear you, and I look at some of their stuff, and I'm like, okay, I can't even. I don't even want to try and pronounce
Yeah,
this.
it's hard. It's hard.
It's just it's just gonna go bad because I'm gonna say it wrong.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the Nordic things and have they got the they have the things on the letters and stuff and I don't know what they all mean. So yeah.
Yeah. Carl and I,
It's
wow.
like Thor begins with a P, right? So it's a POR.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's like, I was like, you get Thor from that? I don't know how, but
Yeah.
Norwegian is another tough one to sort that out.
Oh yeah, the Norwegian. You ever see that? There's that Weatherman. It's like a short clip, and if you look up like Norwegian Weatherman City or whatever on YouTube, you'll find it after you're done watching this video, guys. Don't do it
check
now.
it out.
Well, you want to stay tuned here.
Do it now. Yeah.
But there's
don't
this
listen to
town
me.
name, and it's just all like it's. I mean, I'm sure I'll insult somebody by saying this, but it's like all gobbledygook, like it's just a mess. And this guy like pronounces it perfectly, and he's just like. What I sound like the Swedish chef, Yeah, exactly. And it's like this name, and I'm like, well, I don't even know, but I guess he pronounced it perfectly. So, play by post, huh? You've been playing. You played play by post.
Yeah, that's how
Back in the day.
Zagging and I met. We both ran games and played in each other's games and became friends from that.
The closest I did was playing over message board. Back in the day, years ago, like online and stuff. I never did a play by post thing. That would take
quite a while.
I mean, the rounds would take almost as long as a 5e game.
Oh, almost. Not,
Yeah.
a little bit quicker, but
yeah, you're just slightly faster.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, no, that's and that's a great thing. The Year Zero engine, it is fantastic. It's not a bad system at all. It's pretty good, and I do enjoy that they've been using it for like all of their stuff and not having a different system for every game, that comes out. And I've seen some companies that do that, and I get it. Although many of the games are good, can there be too many intellectual property RPGs? I mean, yeah, go ahead. Rich.
On the property.
I would say so. I mean, the one thing I was going to say about Free League that they do phenomenally well is they put out awesome box sets, starter sets that aren't board games. They're actually role playing games in the box. Right? So
yeah, that's for some reason some of the bigger companies have started doing board game in a box, but yeah, it's their starter sets are fantastic. I've got the Dragonbane box to my left. That's why I'm looking over there.
right.
That starter. I have the starter set, and I bought.
That's not even a starter set.
That's the full game.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
A lot of people think it's a starter set, but it is not.
No, you're right.
Yep.
You're right. No, you're right. I am mistaken.
When I first got Dragonbane, I had Blade Runner and a couple other things. And I don't even remember where I was, but I was in some game store and I was poking around through all their stuff. And I saw the Dragonbane box set. And I asked the proprietor, I was like, you know what? I've kind of heard about Dragonbane. I don't really want to spend a bunch of money and, get a whole pile of books. And he was like, oh, no. That's the game right there. And I was like, really? I mean, that's it? And he said, yeah, man, that's all you need to play the game. That's all you will ever need to play the game. That didn't stop me from buying the hardbacks when they came out, but that is all you need. I think that's great.
Yeah, Chris, so I love the setting Mutineer Zero, quite a change from typical fantasy setting. I love like a good post-apocalypse game. Like that's kind of what I'm into, and I really like all those kind
Chris
of different,
different
settings.
He's the one that ran that for my group, and he did a great job, and it was a lot of fun. It's very unforgiving though, like it's resource management, but I have combat and stuff too, but like they're all like that though. Like Vaesen's the same way, like not resource management, but you get into combat in Vaesen, hold on, because it's probably not going to go well.
Zaggy and Chris, talking about the artwork. Let me know, guys. What's your what game you think of Free Leagues has the best artwork? And that's something to think about. Dragonbane did that. Yeah, it irks me that people confuse Dragonbane being a starter set. Yes, I call it. I know that it's not a starter set. I know I called it a starter set, and it looks like a starter set. It's got the thin soft cover books, and it's got pre-gens in it. So yes, I know it's not a starter set, but I keep calling it a starter set. So feel free to keep yelling at me every time I call it that.
I don't know if I can pick a favorite art.
No,
so many of their sets are completely different from the other, like Blade Runner. Completely different from the One Ring. But man, the art for One Ring is quite amazing. Dragonbane.
I gotta say, let me get this in one really quick. And for some reason, it's weird, but every time I look at this one piece of art in Dragonbane, I love it. And it's the art of the duck. He's like a rogue
assassin.
Assassin
coming down.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, it gives me like Darkwing Duck vibes and like things like that, and it just like it makes me happy inside every time I see that art.
Yep, that's a great piece.
I think the thing with Free League, what they do is their art always matches the feel of the game that they're doing, right? I mean, if you took the art from Blade Runner and put it into something else, it wouldn't work.
That's right.
As purposefully and excellently as it does for that. And it's probably the same thing with all the others as well. Mm-hmm. They just like when you look at the One Ring, I mean, it is Middle Earth. You can't separate it. It's like it's exactly the right style for that game system.
That's what I was going to say too. Is like they don't like Jason. I can't pick what's the best, but what they do the best is every game is distinct. Like I can look at any of the Free League games I have, and if you showed me a piece of art, I could without a title or anything, I could probably tell you what game that's from because
Yeah.
they're very distinctive. There's a little bit like with Vaesen and Dragonbane because they share some artists, but even like if I saw a Vaesen, I would know that's from Vaesen, and that's what they do art wise. I think very well. One, the art's great for all of their systems, but it's also not this awful soup of just mediocre. It's always really well done. Like even like
it all
I have
goes together.
Aliens, not my favorite of their art, but it fits Aliens perfectly, and they did a great job of that game. My friend
and it all
Chris,
flows.
ran
all
that
the art
for us, too.
flows.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah,
There's
it's
not
great.
like art in the books where you could say, "Oh, this doesn't fit," or
why is this
or whatever.
here? No.
Chris mentions Dragonbane has awesome art. I agree. Tales from the Loop has amazing art. I like the Simon Stahlgig.
That's now isn't
I don't know how to
that
pronounce
isn't
his
Tales
name.
of the Loop the game was created because of the artist
of the
was
art.
doing a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And then if they reached a certain amount, they were going to make a game based on it.
Yeah.
And that
And
was Tales from
I
haven't played
love
that.
that art. I love like
Looks
the
cool.
retro future
Yeah.
tech stuff like from the 80s. I love that stuff.
I'm not
And
crazy about the
that-
game, but I do like the art.
Yeah.
That's one of the few titles of Free League that I'm like, I like. And I saw, I think it was Amazon, as a matter of fact. I saw the Amazon TV show. I really wanted to like it. It was kind of like Fallout for me. Every episode got more and more stupid because they were trying to get all the story had to link together and all the pieces were trying to fit. Now it's just like, this is just dumb, but it had a cool look to it. The game was the same way. Very cool look. The Electric State. I backed that Kickstarter. As soon as they announced it, I backed the Kickstarter. I got the book. And I think that a day later, I brought it over to Rogers, and I was like, you can have this.
Listen,
it's not for me.
Listen, here's the thing. Here's right. This is my thing. Dragonbane, right? Hang on. I'm gonna put myself bigger here. Dragonbane special edition book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous. Gold leaf, nice green, awesome, right? Okay. Electric State.
That god awful pink
special edition.
Yeah, that is terrible. Yeah, it's terrible, man.
No name on the cover. It's just the pink squares. It says it's like red on pink. Says the Electric State on the side.
Oh, in fact, did I give that to the auction? I think I gave it to CNY's
This one was
auction.
mine, I think. Yeah, and yours went to the auction.
I think Leo probably bought it along with everything else.
And man, so like I wish I bought the regular edition. I really wish I got the regular.
But aside from the cover, as soon as I got it, I was like, awesome. Went to bed that night and I was reading through the book, and I was just like, oh, this really isn't for me. They open it up by talking about it's a narrative story where the players are telling the story, and I was like, my dungeon master tells the story. I'm an actor on the stage. That's what I want to do. So the Electric State just wasn't for me, but the production value is incredible, as always. The art's really good. Everything you got with that Kickstarter was amazing. Typical Free League. You get your money's worth out of it. So, but just the game wasn't for me.
Karai asked about Symbaroum. What do we think about Symbaroum? There's no other setting. I have no thoughts on Symbaroum. I don't. I've heard it's really good. I know some people that played it. And they said it was good. That's all I know.
The only thing I heard the reason I started buying it was I heard that this will sound weird. I heard that in that particular system, the DM doesn't do, or the game master doesn't do any of the dice rolls. It's all the players do all of it.
Oh,
and I was like, well, that's kind of interesting, but I haven't run it. The setting looks awesome. I mean, give me a dark ancient forest as a setting any day of the week. I'm all for it.
Joe, what you've played you played in the Blade Runner game with us. I know you've run a bunch of Morkborg and stuff. And you played in just the one Dragonbane game?
Just the one. You were my one and only, Roger.
Is that your and that's pretty much your full experience with Free League.
I mean, I own a lot of the books. A while back, I had that Humble Bundle, so I have all the PDFs and for several systems and stuff like that. It's I usually buy a bunch of things, and then when people mention, "Hey, I'd like to play in that game," or like to have people, either I'll run it or other people are interested in running it, and they looking for players. Then that's kind of when I'll get into the books and start like looking through them. But like I have so many books, it's like I go through, maybe one every month. I'll read it like cover to cover because I don't get the big boy books. I get the little tiny books, like 84 pages or whatever, and the format's smaller, so it's but I like that. It's kind of like take the whole day and just go through that book and basically that's what I've played from Free League so far. And I do want to play the not 5th edition, but I think the One Rings, the one that has its own system.
Yeah.
I do want to get that a try at some point whenever someone's running it or whatever.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like not completely qualified to run it, but maybe I'll run it at some point. I mean, I'm into the stuff.
Why would you feel not qualified?
I don't know. I mean, I've watched
I've
watched the movies. I've read most of the trilogy, the original trilogy there in the books. But I don't know. I'm just like, I mean, I like it. It's fine. I just feel like that I'm not as knowledgeable as like some people in it or whatever to like run it. But maybe I'll be
same feeling. I'd like to run it. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and I would like to run it. But there is that part of me that's like, I don't know this nearly well enough to do it. I want to do it justice when I run it because it's my favorite setting. Like I'm just impressed every time I read it or listen to it, and I don't want to not do it justice.
Rooster mentioned he likes games that where you're squishy and you have to run. Dragonbane's similar. You can't really stand toe to toe. Dodging is prudent. Yeah, dodging is definitely prudent. I love games where the players are squishy.
Rooster is a player, and my buddy, one of my buddies in my group, and I killed his character in our Dragonbane adventure because he didn't dodge.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
He's like, I'll just take that hit, and I'm like, okay, and it didn't go so well.
Creative is RPG artwork, keeping the fire. Science fiction fantasy illustration instead of genre fiction books. Book covers have been meh for 25 years. Yeah. I guess, right? You're saying that it's keeping that stuff going. I'm trying to think of what science fiction book, if there's any that I've really liked the cover of. But I think you're right. I think the RPG artwork is definitely far superior than what they put in the actual books. I don't know if you guys have a thought. Oh, Bloodworth is joining again. Hey, Rich, did we lose you? Maybe. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that. What do you think? Is RPG artwork keeping science fiction fantasy art going?
Not the crap produced by WotC.
No. I don't. Well, I don't know Ajax, so I don't know. But I would imagine that talking about like the Free League art and all that, like looking at it, like I can't remember like the last time I saw like a science fiction fantasy book, that I've read or flipped through that I've looked at and said, wow, that art is amazing. I mean, you get some books that have like decent maps and things like that, which I think is fantastic. But I can't think of one that has like, artwork that I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Like I'd want to hang it up on my wall or something.
Are we talking about RPGs or like novels as well?
That's what I'm saying. We're talking about both, like the one versus the other. Like I think Ajax is saying that the RPG industry is keeping those, like that artwork alive.
I don't know. Some of the cyberpunk stuff is pretty darn good. Even from its video games and stuff. That art style for like Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd put Blade Runner stuff from the RPG on the wall. I mean that, you know,
Yeah.
some of those.
Yeah, I would hang Dragonbane stuff on the wall, or a lot of stuff from Free League.
Mhm.
When they
Yeah.
did their last Kickstarter, I wanted to get, because you could get like these fancy prints of the two covers for the two books in the Kickstarter, and I wanted them. They were just more money than I was willing to spend because I would have hung them up.
You were talking about identifying the game by the art. What game is this from?
Gotta be Blade
Oh,
Runner.
is that is
Absolutely.
that Dragonbane? What
Sure
is
is.
it?
I mean, yeah, it looks
Yeah.
it's a dragon.
I mean, I would, if it's,
Yeah.
I stored it inside my starter box, but I would gladly hang that up on the wall. You know, it's so cool. You know, you have the spinner floating above the cop.
Yeah, I think-
It's totally iconic.
Yeah, I think there's probably maybe something to be said about the RPG, you know, minus some companies keeping that art, you know, going. You don't see
Artwork
as
sells
many
the
like,
system.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what
definitely.
attracted me to Dragonbane at first was
Yeah.
the artwork. I saw you know, this cover, and I was like, I'm in, and
Yeah.
didn't even know what it was about.
You know, oddly
Hey,
enough,
Mike.
the thing that turned me off about Dragonbane before I actually got into it was the mirth and mayhem catchphrase, or
Yeah.
mayhem and mirth, whatever. I was
Mirth
like,
and mayhem.
you know, I'm not. I don't really do silly, and I'm not into chaos. You know, maybe this isn't for me. But then we started playing it, and I was like, wow, man, I really had my head up my ass because this game's amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And I think
My favorite
Dragonbane
fantasy
doesn't
game.
really have like an implied system or an implied setting.
Right.
Like it's not so.
No, they don't.
Like because like I've ran like a couple of the one shots that have come out, a couple of modules and stuff, and they're definitely like the one for Free RPG Day is definitely like a more goofier, or at least the way I've ran it. I guess maybe it is a little more fun and light, hearted, and then the other games we've played in have been, maybe not dark, but like a normal D&D tone type of thing.
I mean, the campaign that comes with the box set is set in the Misty Vale, which is their.
Mm-hmm.
They will be having a setting within probably a year or so.
Hey, Mike.
Which is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I don't remember if it came with a starter set or if it was just a free module, but it was one of the ones that Roger, you and I played at Page or wherever, and we're going into the ruined tower, and the undead knight was there, and like we're searching the tower and open up this cabinet or a cupboard, and there was a goblin passed out drunk asleep in the cupboard, and he had the horn or something like that.
Yeah.
That kind of thing, you don't find that in like TSR Dungeons and Dragons. It's
right.
It's a little goofy, the mirth part of it. But when we were playing it, I never felt like, wow, this is wildly out of place. It was like, of course we found a goblin passed out drunk asleep in a cupboard. Why wouldn't we? So it's just the system's really
that shift.
good
I think
at
can be
what it
hard
does.
for players too.
Yeah,
I think
it's hard for me.
If you're so used to just killing the goblins, I mean, and I'm all for killing goblins, but sometimes you got to think outside the box and be like, oh, that guy could maybe give me some information or something.
Mike, the One Ring is that's the you picked up the Free League version, right? Not the 5e version. So
the 5e version is called Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. They
I
have
haven't
two
really
starter
looked
box sets for the One Ring. I'm not sure why, but they do.
Yeah,
I might. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I'll end up running something. I'll run a small thing. I'll have to put that on my list of games that I want to run. Heard that combat in Lord of the Rings is great. I remember the one. We just did, I think, like one combat in the game that we played, and it wasn't bad. It was pretty good. The Eclectic Goat, welcome to the live stream. Mike Necrophant, I think one of the problems with Morkborg was that it ended up fetishizing character deaths, or at least Morkborg fans did. Probably, Joe. You're more the Morkborg guy. What say you?
I mean, I wouldn't say I fetishize it. It just happens sometimes, and then pop up next round with some other characters. Usually how I do it because I usually do one shots. So
Pastel pastel covers with.
I disagree with Joe. I actually think I missed whoever typed that. I think he's right. That's one of the reasons that I'm not a big fan of Morkborg.
Sorry,
the whole death metal thing. And I agree, it did fetishize death, or the player's death, or like you said, maybe it was the players that did it. Either way, like I said a couple of casts ago, just not for me. And Morkborg is not my bag.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Pastel, yeah, the cover just didn't do it for me. Thoughts on Death in Space? Index card RPG Death in Space hybrid. That's interesting. I haven't ran Death in Space. I do have the book somewhere over there. I don't think it's terrible. It's Morkborg in space. But yeah, I don't think it's a terrible system to run. I guess it depends on what you're trying to do with it. Karaya, yeah, I definitely think that the RPG industry is keeping old art, that old style art alive.
I mean, look at you look at like the OSR and the guys that are doing art for that, like
the cover of Dragon Slayer, Jeff Easley,
James Kennan,
awesome.
Yeah, Jeff Easley.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
We got a lot of chats here. I'm just trying to catch up, so I apologize if I'm skipping through stuff, but I don't want to miss anybody here. I enjoy mainly indie TTRPGs that no one's ever heard of, so I love the art and no one recognizes. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
here's a question for everyone. So what
Go ahead,
exactly is the connection between Free League and Modiphius? Does Modiphius sometimes pick up their titles for distribution or vice versa?
Yeah, I don't know.
So Modiphius does the distribution.
I always thought that it was just a handshake kind of deal where they were producing the books or producing the systems and stuff in Sweden, and then Modiphius had a hand in maybe the conversion and distribution in English into the States. And I think they but I don't know. Are you saying you think that they have like a bigger connection than just a handshake deal? Or
I think for some titles they did, because you would see on the Modiphius website in their store, there'll be Free League products sold there. So they're either acting as a storefront for them sometimes. Maybe it is just strictly distribution. I don't know if they've ever collaborated to produce one game together, though. That's why I was kind of curious if anyone has any instances where they actually both develop something together.
Not that I know.
Yeah, not that I know of either. I think it's just been like them being the distributor for this side of the pond. I think just because they have reach over here, and maybe Free League does now because they're doing better. I mean, I know they've done millions on Kickstarter now. So
I can answer that question.
Sorry, go ahead. Absolutely.
Thanks to a quick search. Modiphius and Free League Publishing have a past relationship where Modiphius co-published and distributed some of Free League's early titles, but that is no longer the case. Free League is its own thing now. Yeah, they've gotten
so
big
they
enough
co-publish
and on their own.
Yep.
Yeah, they co-published. Yeah.
Right.
Roosters says WotC has definitely lost its brand because the new artwork is blah. Dark Sun has a brand early. I don't think you'll find any disagreements here.
No. Not at all. They've had to listen to me. Rooster there's had to listen to me gripe about WotC, like on the regular. All the guys have.
Kiri Shinoba said, I think the box set of the One Ring comes with a combat map. I don't see one. I have it next to me. But since you brought up maps,
So this is
nothing
Dragon
will sell
Bane.
me on a system faster than a good map.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah. I've seen him do it, folks.
Free League.
I have seen him do it.
Damn, dude. This is the map from the One Ring. And it's way too big to get into shot. But it's double-sided, different maps on each side. Absolutely amazing. And I don't know if I got this off a Kickstarter or what, but
Here, wait. Hang on, let me.
Oh,
we
I
do
so wanted to
Do
get that, and
Yeah.
I pooched that. I didn't
I mean,
back that.
jeez,
an idiot.
man. Everything Free League makes is so freaking good.
So I have
Yeah.
this one from Dragon Bane.
Is that cloth?
This is for the
Oh, that's cool. I don't have that one.
That's the Misty Veil from the campaign in the
Flip
box
it around
set.
again.
And they're coming.
Got
They have
John.
other ones like the last Kickstarter. You could get
Oh,
the
yeah.
ones for the Path to Glory campaign that they have. So this is pretty cool. Yeah, I would have loved. I don't know what I was thinking not backing that Moria book. I think I was having a moment where I was trying to save money and
Yeah.
I'm an idiot because
Yeah,
I'm an idiot.
Money, man.
I did the
should have got
backing. I did the Kickstarter for the new Magic book that's coming out for Dragon Bane, and I don't remember what add-ons there were. But if I missed a map, I'm going to be annoyed.
Yeah, you could get the cloth map. You could get the cloth map to the Misty, not the Misty Veil, the Path to Glory, which is where the heck's that?
Yeah. Mike Saxon says, first set was well received, focused entirely on hobbits and the Shire. New set expands out into the world with other races. I like having the expanded stuff and the other races. We did play as hobbits and had a blast, and it was fun. But I could see like wanting to have some of the other stuff. And
Sure.
do some stuff out in the world and not just having to deal with hobbits running around. What do we got there? Let me.
That's the Kickstarter. So I did get the cloth map. Yes.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I got the
Yeah.
cloth map to the city and the cloth map for this one here. So
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's that. Oh, yeah. Let me.
this is
There you
Path
go,
to
yeah.
Glory. This is a campaign. It's not a starter campaign, I guess. I haven't run it yet. One of the many things on my bucket list. But it's for more advanced characters. So you could run it after you did like Misty Veil with the same characters if they lived.
Cool.
That's cool. Ajax says, "Can there be too many RPGs in the market, even
No.
though one cannot?" No. The answer is no.
Oh, the
Pat.
answer is yes.
No.
Nope.
I disagree. You're wrong. Let's
No.
move on.
In indie RPGs, I'm always happy to take a look at, but nothing
Sure.
will make me walk past something faster than see 5e next to it.
Well,
Sure.
I think
That was something that the OGL did. It was like everybody that had even a half-baked idea was releasing an RPG, and just because they managed to get it published does not mean it's good. And
Yeah.
there's a whole 3.5 and 5e, man. There's tons of just garbage out there, and it's not even that
Right.
it's 5e. I'm saying 3.5 as well. There's plenty of stuff that's just hot garbage. So
Yeah.
yes, I think there can be too many RPGs.
Yeah, see, I kind of look at it the other way. Like, I don't think there can be enough, because I think that every time somebody prints out another RPG, like eventually, like good stuff floats to the top, right, or whatever.
Mhm.
Like, eventually good stuff comes of it. So you might have 100 bad games and then one thing, that people like, or something gets.
Well,
Yeah,
gets
but
put
I've
out.
had-
even
I've
if
had
you
to
have a
waste
lot
all
of
that
bad
time.
games, though, if those bad games are getting people into just the RPG space, like they've never played an RPG before, but like maybe there's an IP game and it's a horrible game, but that gets people into role playing, and then they play it and they're like, yeah, that was fun, but what else is out there? That brings more people in the hobby. So I don't think you can ever have enough RPGs, and the bad ones are just going to be bad ones, and no one's going to play them after a while.
Yeah.
Very few people will play them. And the good ones are going to rise to the top, and you're going to get more books for them. And hopefully there's more people that come from the crappy systems that are like the gateway drug to get them into the hobby, and that's my opinion anyway. But, and
Sure.
I think also with, the blunders WotC is making. Like, people are just like realizing, hey, we got into the hobby, 5th edition sucks or whatever, and they're looking into other things. And I think that's like why Shadow Dark did so well, why Dragon's Bane is doing so, all
Absolutely.
stuff is doing so well. And so yeah, just bring on all the RPGs. If you got an idea, make an RPG, and if it doesn't suck, we'll play it, right?
Yeah. Or
But
even
if it does
sucks,
suck, I still have to sift through that crap to find something I like.
Sure, but maybe something will be in there that's good. Like there'll be one good point of it that somebody will integrate into the next game, and eventually it'll make everything better.
Yeah.
Hero System
Maybe
5th edition
positive.
is my pining to play game system. Shellback. I actually just started making a list of all the games that I wanted to play, and I'm up to 41 so far, I believe, as of last night. So, yeah, Rich, what's your game wish list look like? Games you want to play? You know how many games are on it?
I've never done a total amount, but yeah, it's got to be 20 plus.
Yeah.
In the immediate future, I am playing a cartoon, like a tune-based adventure in November at the convention. I can't, for the life of me, remember the name of that. Dire Consequences. I think it's Dire Consequences.
Okay.
All right, and I'm playing Mothership for the first time there. So
Cool.
Fun game.
every convention I go to, I'm going to try to find a new game system that I've never played before to play in. So when I go to CNY RPG Con, I definitely want to play in a Dragon Slayer game. So hopefully I'll get to get into Greg's game, and I love playing with the people that created the games as well. So but yeah, I think everybody has a bucket list, and some of that bucket list will reach back and like, well, who are the creators I want to play with? And I've had the great pleasure of playing in like Frank Metzner's game and Alan Hammock and Zeb Cook. So now I'm looking to play in like a Merle Rasmussen's game. Any one of them, would be awesome. And
Top Secret or something.
Yeah, Top Secret or I just reviewed his or went over his that solitaire game. The Daggers in something in the alley. I just blew my mind. Which one I'm trying to remember. It was that solitaire adventure from like 1984. AD&D module. But yeah, I'd love to like play in that, like if you were running it, or just anything else. So there's a lot of games out there on my bucket list that has more to do with the creator and playing in their game than just in general.
Yeah. Ajax says if Hasbro sells D&D to another company someday, it could at least be a chance that D&D could find New Life is a good game again. I don't think they're ever going to sell it. I mean,
they won't.
I really don't think, because they're a game company. They're not.
They'll just sit on it if they decide not to do anything with it.
Sit on it. They may license it, but I'm not supposed to know anything about that. So, the only version of 5e that interests me is Level Up Advanced 5th Edition. I don't know what that is. The only thing that I know of for 5e, the mod was what was it? 5e hard mode or 5e? Oh, I can't think of the name of it now. I think it was Hanker Infernal or
hardcore mode or something.
Hardcore 5e or something like that. Yeah.
I just don't have an interest in that system. One of the guys that I play with shared a video with us today, and it was like this DM going back and forth with a player. It was the same guy, and they were just going back and forth on how the rules would work and how he could counter this and do this. I had a freaking headache by the end of it. I was like, I have no interest, like, ever running that again. Like, I don't think it's a very good system.
In regards to the the too many RPGs thing. Eclectic Goat here says the market will eventually work itself out. The best will rise to the top. Alas, there will probably be some slop that rises with it, but I can ignore those. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then Mike, he says, I think the danger is people end up spending all their time collecting RPGs instead of actually playing them.
I feel attacked.
Yeah. I mean,
how dare you, sir?
Oh,
Calm
boy.
down, man. What's with the aggro, bro? Calm down.
Stab to the heart.
Are you saying I've wasted my life? What are you?
What are you implying?
Yeah.
You know, my problem is I'll look at something and I'll say, you know what? I'll never play this game, but there's a cool table here that I'll like roll on or take ideas from, or something like that.
That's like Rich and I played against the Dark Master at ShireCon. I would never play that, run that game. It's too crunchy for me. The book is beautiful though. Like the artwork is killer. We're talking about artwork, but I did like the table in it because at the beginning of your game, you generate what the Dark Master is and how to defeat them. And it's these tables you roll, and they were really cool. Like there was tons of info on them and very, very descriptive, narrative style thing that was randomly generated. I thought that was cool. Like I would I think I have the PDF for that game. I would print that out and put it on a GM screen or notebook or something to just reference because I thought that was cool. But overall, that wasn't the system for me. It was too crunchy.
Mike says, I don't think you'll ever see Hasbro sell the license. At best, they might license the IP to someone else at some point. But if you're wishing for the old game, I think that should be sold long ago.
100%. Unless you go to the OSR.
And there's hopefully going to be some news on that stuff coming soon. Not from me, but I think there's something in the works that's big. But I'm not sure. I don't know all the details. I don't think I'm supposed to know all the details. So I'm going to just stop talking.
Well, watch out. Watch is going to come watch this 10 people on the stream and hem you up.
We're up to 20.
No.
Eclectic Goat, I stopped reading your comment after you said you found one good 5e supplement. So I can't.
By the way, I thought Eclectic Goat was Electric Goat because I was looking at my Blade Runner stuff. So I was thinking about the electric sheep. I was like, oh, it's the electric sheep's cousin. One
5e supplement that was good. It's so modified. It isn't really 5e. It's a historical game set in Renaissance Italy and very historically accurate. I gotta tell you that this is a great story. Jason and I were at PAX.
I know exactly what you're going to talk about.
3 years ago, I think it was.
Yep.
And there was, I think the guy had minis out and everything. It was all like Revolutionary War.
It was the French Revolution.
Oh, the French Revolution. Okay.
Yeah.
And it looked really cool. He had a cool setup,
sure
a cool booth setup. And I forget the name of it. And we both like walked over and was like, oh, this is cool. And the guy like went to say something and we saw big on the cover of the book.
5e.
It says 5e. And we were like, nope, sorry. Thank you. And we moved on.
Yep. Oh, well, you can convert it. No, I'm not going to spend all that time converting 5e into some system that I like. It's fine. Good luck with your product.
I agree. The WotC blow up made people look elsewhere.
Yep.
Wow, we're never gonna get caught up on this chat.
It's crazy.
This is awesome. Mary Minimalist, who will threaten to throw out anything you don't play a word for. Yeah, okay. Let's make sure my wife doesn't see that.
Yeah, that's not an issue for me. My wife lets me have my stuff, and she has her stuff.
You're pretty good at like limiting your own collection, though. I don't have that luxury.
Well, that's largely because I have 2 bookshelves, and once those bookshelves get filled up, something has to go to make room for something else.
When mine get filled up, I just build more. Buy enough stock. Yeah, Shellback, you win the lottery. Buy enough stock to force Hasbro to fix all that. Oh wow, this is from 7 minutes ago. Is that Agile Monk says, is that Rich from the car?
Yes,
it is indeed.
It is indeed. And if it breaks up every once in a while, it's because I'm driving through the mountains here. No.
5e, yeah, Kurai, yeah, 5e hardcore mode by Runehammer. Yeah, that's the thing. Level Up 5th edition is a fantastic version of the game. I've never heard of it. I'm gonna have to look it up. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna write it down. Level Up 5th edition. I'm gonna look that up. I've never heard of that. It's the first I've heard of that. Have you guys heard of that?
Yeah.
Is it a like a 5e hardcore mode type of thing, or is it?
I guess, yeah, it's a more in. I don't know. I'm not an expert on it. I've never even. I think I've looked at it initially. Like when I started looking, I was still playing 5e. I thought about going to it, but the books at the time were hard to get. I don't know if it was a limited print run. I've heard it's good things about it. I just have no interest in the 5e system at all.
Russ Morris of N World Rules Mod. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it's from the guys at N World.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Castles and Crusades. I don't know if you saw our Castles and Crusades video, Agile. We talked about that for
he was there,
quite a bit.
Yeah.
I forget. I'm terrible with that stuff.
Somebody earlier mentioned that they just don't buy anything they know they're not going to play.
Yeah,
I try to do that, and there's only, I think, 2 things that I can recall buying that when I picked them up, I said, well, I'm never going to get to play this, but I still got them. The Aces and Eights series, Wild West Cowboys, love that.
Yeah.
And Tales of the Old West, I think it's called. It's a Kickstarter. A couple of guys from Free League wrote it. I backed it immediately, back to the highest tier. I know I will never get a chance to play it, but I'm such a huge fan of the Wild West, that time period, that whole genre. Cowboy and Indian movies, I love them, even the ones that are crap. So, it was a no-brainer for me. Yeah, I'm going to get these books. If I never play them, I'll still read through them and smile while I'm reading them. So it's not an issue for me.
James ran against Darkmaster. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah, I feel attacked. Yeah. Me too. Nice. I don't know what Brand Colonia. Kurai apparently knows. Okay, that's apparently some weird stuff. Wife has crafting books. Yeah, I apologize if I'm going through some of this stuff pretty quick, guys. I'm trying to go through all the
Boot Hill was great. I wish I still had my copy.
Boot Hill's cool. That's cool stuff. I like that they put in the AD&D book, the like how to use this with Boot Hill, things like that. Yeah, games that are meant to be played. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Mike. All these, yeah, I never threatened to toss them. Yeah, that's fantastic. Agile, I apologize. I'm terrible with remembering who's where and who says what and all of that. So, yeah. So yeah. So that not Free League. What do you all think of Dolmenwood? Well, I don't know what to think about Dolmenwood because I don't have it yet.
Same. So, once it comes in, though, I mean, it looks great from what I've seen. It looks like a beautiful product, but it's based on Old School Essentials, which is another good system. But my reserve until I actually have it in hand.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Mike says I have no self-control.
Same.
Buys too much. One Ring, Walking Dead, Twilight 2000, Star Trek 2E, Delta Green, Star Wars FFG. Have Dolmenwood and Deadlands Kickstarter coming soon. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I have so much stuff coming from Kickstarter that I get shipment notifications and I have no idea what it is.
You can, instead of playing the Star Wars Fantasy Flight game, just don't. Just buy the PDFs or an old copy of the D6 West End games.
He played it.
Much better.
He started to play it. I think he got through one session, I think.
Of the D6 or Fantasy Flight?
No. The FFG one.
Yeah, didn't care for it. It's okay until you bring the Force into it, and then it's just terrible.
Oh, we got a question for Jason.
Okay. Hi,
I'm gentleman from the eclectic goat. I almost said electric goat. The gentleman who liked westerns. That's you, as far as I know. Sorry, are you backing Huckleberry?
I shall take a look at it right now. I'm more historical. That's just kind of my nature. I like everything to be historically accurate. even my fantasy, but I will take a look at it. Is it on Kickstarter or Backer Kit or one of the other GameFound things? Huckleberry. Let's find out.
Mike says he was given an entire shelf of FFG Star Wars,
and there's a reason why you were given it. That's right.
Yeah, Dolman would Agile. That's the same problem. They can't seem to deliver physical product. Yeah, I mean,
it's shipping now. The only place I've heard of that is having trouble is Canada.
Yeah. I've been hearing about that game for years. Here, it looks good. I like the idea of it. I mean, it seems really cool, so that's why I backed it. I listened to some of the what was it? Was it 3D6 down the line? They did
3D6 down the line. Yeah.
They did like some of the actual play stuff. It seemed like a fantasy world that I kind of wanted to be in. You know, that it wasn't like too goofy or whatever. Eclectic Goat says Backer Kit, and it is not at all historically accurate, but it looks fun. And he loves Westerns.
I see it on it's HuckleberryRPG.com. I will check it out.
Mike was given the FFG books because the guy who gave it to him bought all the Edge Studio books. The Eclectic Goat loves horror games as well.
Vaesen, if you haven't.
Yeah, Vaesen seems pretty good.
Vaesen's a cool game.
Yeah, Mike said they ran one session of the FFG Star Wars. One player didn't like it, and they're trying other things right now. Yeah. I ran it for about 2 years in session, and then during COVID online, and then back in person again. It wasn't terrible. I mean, it gets out of control, and some of the players, like, you got to have the right players that can interpret the dice properly and be able to figure out what they want to do with stuff. That turns end up taking too long.
I ran it for about 2 years as well at a local comic shop. Well, not local, here in Alaska. Anyway, doesn't matter. I crap on it now because I honestly believe it's an inferior system. But for me, the breaking point for FFG Star Wars was the Force. For the ranged attacks, the soldier classes and the blasters and all that, it was really good. I thought it was well done. Once you learn what the dice mean, it flows pretty well. But man, just the Force system, I just thought was absolute garbage. I mean, I really, really disliked it a lot.
Yeah.
And so for me, that just killed the game. So,
but
if you're playing in a campaign, which I'm pretty sure Roger's about to say, if you're playing in a campaign that doesn't have Force users and that you're never going to encounter the Force on, it's a viable system. It works.
Yeah. I did a group of basically, hey, you're a group of, smugglers type of thing. And that was it. And here you go. You guys can run missions for, the good guys, bad guys, neutral guy, like whatever. I'll throw stuff out there, and whoever you guys want to work for, you guys can play both sides of it. And I did that, and it was it was a fun time. I thought it was pretty good. But there was no Force users, so we didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah, that's
Huckleberry tabletop RPG, tragic cowboys and world doomed to calamity unless you save it.
Monk, I unfortunately, and I do mean unfortunately, I am no longer in Alaska. I live in New York now, surrounded by communists and terrorists. But what are you going to do?
I'm in New York.
Yeah,
I'm in New York. I am not a communist or a terrorist.
Well, Roger, my best friend, is a diehard commie. And I rib him about that constantly. He's a member of the Plumbers Union or whichever communist organization he's with. I was stationed at Fort Wainwright for a couple of years. I retired in Alaska, lived there a total of 3 years. Like I said last week, if someone came up and said, "Hey, Jason, I'll trade you a house. I'll take this one in New York. You take my cabin in Alaska," I would leave right now and go get a flight to Alaska, and I would never leave again.
So let's I know Takato in the chat. We're kind of getting everywhere. Mike says he's passing on Huckleberry. He's got a whole lot of Deadland stuff.
Yes, it is.
So we've got Dragonbane Trudvang coming out, which is their Nordic setting. So I signed up. It's not. It hasn't started yet, right?
It's not
they
live
just did
yet.
No, I haven't got the notification yet.
It's like next week or something like that, or maybe something like that. But yeah, it looks pretty interesting. It looks like it's a complete like there's going to be classes and whatnot in a whole like campaign setting,
professions and
kins
and monsters.
Yeah, it definitely looks cool. I am definitely interested. I really like the Dragonbane stuff. I don't know if they did it in the original Dragonbane, but I like how any monster that's not a normal monster, they have like the D6 table for like when they attack.
They don't roll the hit. They just hit.
And yeah, and well, right, they don't have to roll the hit, they just hit. But they do effects that are, based on what they are. If it's a giant, they might squish you or throw you or something. Or if it's a vampire, it's like, oh, it just bites you, right? Like, here's the thing. Like, there's no, oh, you need to make this saving throw or do this, or it has to hit you and then you save, like all that. It's just like, no, this thing bites you. It drains 1d8 hit points. That's it, type of thing. And I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. I love that part of it.
We've mentioned Vaesen a couple of times, or Vaesen, whichever. It's advertised as Nordic horror, and I'm not a horror guy, and it just doesn't do anything for me. I like fantasy, but the horror thing just doesn't really do it for me. But I went over to Rogers 2 weeks ago. Every Sunday we play Castles and Crusades, and I walk in and he's got the Vaesen box set, the starter kit, sitting there, and I was like, I'm going to take a look at this. I popped it open, and man, it was like 2 minutes into reading, and it was like, I was wrong again. I need to get this because it's not really so much a horror thing. It's like Monster of the Week. It's like Victorian Supernatural, the television show Supernatural.
Yeah,
I was like, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so the thing with Vaesen is you can play it different ways. Like, you can definitely play it like Monster of the Week style. But it's also like, it's a lot like, it can be a lot like Call of Cthulhu as far as like the mystery, because a lot of the Vaesen aren't designed to be fought. A lot of them you can't beat. Like, it's just not gonna. But you have to find like a different way to defeat them, for a lack of a better term. Like, make them happy, because what is happening in Vaesen is you have the Vaesen world, like the old world, but like the setting is coming into like its industrial revolution, and it's clashing with this old world. So like they may put a mill up where there was a river troll or something that lived, and now the river troll's pissed and just killing people wholesale. And you got to find a way to appease him, make it better. So it's a really, I've played it a few times. I've run it. I ran an adventure for my guys, and we all liked it. Every time I've played it, I've loved it. Like, it's great.
Yeah. Frontier Scum, Acid Western. The thing I found cool about Frontier Scum, I believe that's the system that has the thing with the hat, right? Everybody has a cowboy hat, and like you can.
This is stack it. Morkborg, really.
Yeah, it's sort of like Morkborg, isn't it? Yeah. And then like you sack your hat to get like a reroll or something. Can't you? Something like that?
Prevent the damage.
Oh, prevent damage. Okay.
Yep. When I saw Vaesen, what popped in my head was, oh, this is kind of like Witcher that doesn't suck. The Witcher RPG, I played it. I didn't like it. The system wasn't great to me. But, like you said, the object is not always to kill the monster. And I really, really like that. I'm all for killing the monster. Next week, I'm hoping we get to kill the white dragon. But in Witcher, sometimes you don't go kill the monster. You talk to it and see, okay, what's going on? What do you do an investigation? You find out why this specter is here. Why is she haunting this ruin? And so you can kill it, but you don't have to. There are other ways around it.
So in Vaesen, they do some interesting things, like the artist that's the primary artist for Vaesen. I won't even attempt his name. he put out an art book called Vaesen. He's got a bunch of other ones, but it's got like the art which they use in Vaesen, and it's got like a lot of just lore. There's no stats or anything. And they actually encourage you to use that book in the game as like, because it's all about research. So you can give that book to your players, like they can find it in the.
I saw that, man. That's so
cool.
Prop.
Yeah.
And in the starter set, that starter set actually comes with a small booklet that you can do the same thing with, which is really cool.
And I, like you just said, I like that it tells you this is for your players. And I'm like, oh, this is our, because like I do that in my CNC campaign on the back of my character sheet. Every creature we've ever encountered, I've written down things about it, what worked, didn't work, what we got to watch out for. The range of a hill giant's rock is 450 feet. Things like that. So when I saw that book, I was like, oh man, this is like, go to the craft fair and buy one of those handmade diary books with pounded paper, and you open it up and like, okay, we're meeting this Vaesen today. I'm going to take these notes on it. It was just so cool. That kind of thing really pulls me into the game. I'm really looking forward to getting the set. I'm glad. Can I? Agile Monk sent me a bunch of questions. Can I get them?
Yeah.
Monk, I was Army, 26 years, retired as an E7. I had a very average career. Did a lot of cool stuff. You're an 18 Fox. That's awesome. Props to you. Freaking amazing. I'm assuming the 18 series is the same 18 series it was when I retired Special Forces. You're a badass. Love it. I was a combat engineer, went to sapper school, never got a slot for Ranger, never did airborne. I did air assault. I did everything junior varsity in the military, but I had a pretty good career. Now I'm retired and I work for Honeywell. So life's good. But yes, I was stationed at Fort Wainwright, retired out of Wainwright, bought a cabin 20 miles outside of town and lived there for 2 years. And when I left, I'll try to speed this up. When we sold the cabin, I didn't want to, but when we sold the cabin, we got in the plane. And as the plane was lifting off, I'm looking out the window and I'm watching Alaska fall behind me. And I looked at my wife and I said, I feel like I have made a massive mistake. And that opinion has not changed in 6 years. So there you go. Anyway, back to the show.
Agile, you mentioned having all the Vaesen books. So I watched Decado do his opening. He did a box opening.
Is that on your channel?
Of all the Vaesen stuff?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
And
I have to look at your channel, man. I've got too much.
So I watched that, and I was like, "Wow, that's amazing. That's cool."
Yeah.
I'm like glad I backed it and everything. And then the next day, my box showed up, and I realized that I only backed for the starter set and didn't get all the cool.
You didn't get all the goodies. Man!
And now I'm jelly. And this is why
you have to get everything.
This is why I'm like all in all the time. But I like saw the thing, and I'm like, well. I look at my shelf and, I know Jason and Joe, you guys have seen my shelf over there. And it's like, I got all these Free League starter sets and like, we barely do anything with them, but man, they do make some really cool stuff.
So can I, real quick about going all in, right? So
lay it on me, man.
Yeah. So I see the other day, a couple days ago, somebody on Facebook or whatever posts this thing on the Dragonbane thing that Trudvang is coming to Dragonbane, and I was like, awesome. And I sent that
Greg?
to
because you and I both like that post.
Yeah, so I was on my Discord because we're playing Dragonbane in a couple different games that I play in. So I sent the thing and I said, hey, this might be a thing. Like if it is, that's awesome. And then sure enough, before the end of the day, I see the thing for the Kickstarter, blah, blah, blah. Now, earlier this year, Crossroad Games, my local game store, has their anniversary sale in August. And I had bought the core box set to the Trudvang miniatures game because the miniatures are awesome. And I got a hell of a deal on it. Well, my friend, one of the guys in this Discord is my friend that owns that shop. And he says, hey, we have the entire Kickstarter at the shop. And if you want it, I can sell it to you pretty cheap. So yesterday I go over and bought the rest of the Kickstarter. So I have this is just a sampling of it, but I have a box full of all the miniatures. So when I get ready to run it, whenever the books come out, I will have miniatures for everything.
No shit.
And then because I was inspired, I painted up this guy from the core box set My camera might
Oh,
not
that's
do
sweet.
because it sucks. But I painted this guy up, and then today I painted 2 more guys up from some of the boxes that I got. So yeah, I'm already gone all in on Trudvang, and the Kickstart hasn't even launched yet. I have all the miniatures. I have just waiting for it to launch, and cannot wait for it to come out, because I wanted to back this Kickstarter when I saw it. I just didn't have the money, and I was like, Jesus, another Kickstarter, tons of miniatures that God knows if I'll ever get around to painting all of them. And I didn't do it. And it was actually one of those times where it paid off to wait, because I got a much better deal getting it now.
Nice.
So,
And Mike says this here, just remember Black Friday's coming up. Last year, Free League did 50% off all starter sets and core books. So, and that's fantastic, right? That they do that. But like, that's part of the reason why I don't want to back, some of the stuff at 100%, because I can buy the book and, all the extra stuff later on for cheaper, and I mean, I want to support them, and it's great, but like, sometimes it's like, it's not worth it. Like, especially like with the Electric State thing, like I backed the, I backed the whatever, the special, edition or whatever. And it's like, man, this thing sucks, not that the game sucks or anything like that. It just, the cover, I just don't like it.
Yeah, that's how I got my Symbaroum stuff, is their Black Friday sale. I got my One Ring stuff from them during the OGL, because they put out a thing like, hey, try a different game. And they were selling the core book to the One Ring for like $20. And I was like,
Awesome.
well, how can I pass that up? So I bought it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's, I don't know. It's hard. And I end up backing stuff too, and to the extreme, especially if it's something that I like, like I'm into the Alien series. I really like the Alien series. So like,
that's a great game.
I bought all of that stuff, and then I backed all of it again because they're coming out with the second edition.
I have the core book for that, and the original core book and the starter set. My buddy Chris in the chat, he ran it for us. He did a great job. It was so much fun. And that's a great game when you talk about like IP games, because I love those movies. I mean, especially the earlier ones. Aliens is awesome. I mean, they're very different. Aliens is very different.
Yeah.
One's a horror movie, the other one's a action horror movie. But when you're playing that game and there's a xenomorph running down the hallway, I don't have to do much mental lifting to imagine what that looks like, because I've watched all those movies. So it was like, for me, I was like, oh wow, we're in it. And then I totally forgot about the acid for blood thing until I hit one with like a fire axe, and it just shat all over.
I'm melting.
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't take the worst of it. One of the other characters did, but I was like, oh, I totally forgot about that.
Death Angel mentions he still needs to order the Arduin box set thing. I'm going to put the link to that in the chat.
There's 10 days left in the Kickstarter.
Yeah, that is definitely like back it. I think the Arduin stuff is fantastic. And it also has Barrows and Borderlands, which is an OD&D post-apocalyptic thing, and Griff Morgan's what's the name of the is it Yigsburg or something? No, Tonisberg.
Crusades.
Yeah, Dungeon Tonisberg, right? Dungeon Tonisberg.
Tonisberg,
Rich?
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah, Tonisberg. That's cool stuff. Agile reminds everybody Troll Lord gives veterans 50% on all their products and 100% off if you're actively deployed, which is cool.
When we first started playing CNC, I went to the Trollers website and ordered all our players' handbooks and a couple other things. And I messaged Chuck because I know Chuck. He knows some of the veterans. Steven also. In fact, Steven, I think, was Army or Navy. I can't remember which.
Army.
But I was like, hey, Chuck, I just want to be clear, man. Only one of those players' handbooks is for me. The rest is for my group. I've already told them about it. They're more than happy to pay full price. Chuck's reply was, you will take 50% off of everything in the cart and you'll be happy about it. And I was like, okay, man. You know,
That's
they're so cool. Just
Yeah.
The trolls are great.
Dave Hargrave, yeah. I've heard that it's so creative and stuff. And one of these weeks, I'm talking to the Arduin guys. We're going to get them on to talk about some of their stuff. So, yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah. So, yeah. True Vang, I'm definitely going to back.
Yep.
Oh yeah, without question.
And
be a thing.
You mentioned the Shadow Dark, the Western Reaches. That was another one. As soon as it got announced, I flipped all the way over to the right, back. Everything,
same.
like the slip case and all that stuff. And I have no regrets. And as far as Kickstarters go, man, she is so communicative about what's going on in the backer.
Yeah.
I'm like fully invested because I'm sure I'm not going to get hosed. That's it's great. That's a really good feeling.
The product is fantastic.
Yeah,
she's fantastic. Kelsey Dion, she's fantastic. It shows the quality of her work. She keeps her politics out of the stuff. I mean, it's fantastic. She wants to game. She comes from gamers. She's been playing games all her life. You could tell it shows in her work. I think it's fantastic. I know there's people out there that don't like Kelsey or want to.
What's not to like about her? She's
her
wonderful.
Work.
Jealous.
And I think they're jealous. I think they're jealous because she made this thing, and people want to make the comparison of, well, it's 5e that's basically like stripped down and like everything else. And
I don't see it that way at all.
Fantastic bridge between BX and 5e, and
it's a fun game.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. So, it's Dolmenwood soured me on Kickstarter. That Edgelord, that's I've had things that have soured me a lot longer than the Dolmenwood thing has. So I've got stuff that's good that goes back like 5-6 years. So
since we're talking about Free League, got to be honest. Free League is not immune to dropping the ball in the Kickstarters. This is something that Joe and I have talked about. I'm a huge Blade Runner fan. The day it was announced, I went to Kickstarter and backed it at the highest level, and I have no regrets. Backed the Fiery Angels as soon as it was announced. No regrets. Backed the Replicant Rebellion as soon as it was announced. I think it was 2 years ago, and it still isn't done. And and Free League has been very honest about it. Like, it's every project has its own, its own people working on it. So it's not like Vaesen is the same people as Blade Runner. It's its own group. There's been a lot of inner turmoil within that group. They've had family problems going on, blah, blah, blah. And I'm kind of, I don't care. It's like when someone doesn't show up for Rogers game on Sunday. I do not care why you haven't shown up. It is not my business. Sit down and play, or don't. I don't care. I don't want to hear your story. And I feel the same way about the Replicant Rebellion. I don't care why you're late. I don't care what's going on. Just let me know that the project is still being worked on. If it is, then great. And if it's not, give me my money back. But it's still being worked on, and they're talking about releasing it, I think, first quarter 26. So, it's coming up. But, man, it's been a really, really long road. And I'm kind of out of patience with it. But that won't stop me from backing other Free League stuff because, one game out of 15, and
it's like the Vaesen stuff shipped in the month that it was targeted at. That last Vaesen Kickstarter.
So. When you look at like 95% of their stuff back, publishes when they say it's going to publish, and it's of the highest quality, I'm more than happy to be like, well, this one slipped through the cracks. That's okay. I'm a big fan of the company. Still am.
So. I am too. Like I've had a couple hiccups ordering direct from them. Is like during their Black Friday sale, like I placed an order and it was bang, 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 they ship it. And then I placed another order, I think it was the same day because I didn't realize one of the other books was on sale. So I ordered that. I don't know what happened. It took like 2 weeks for that book to ship. And I had to email them, and but That's my only real issue I've ever had with Free League is that, like ordering.
I had thought that they were just. I thought that it was one group. I never really researched it to see. So it's interesting to know that it's it's different groups.
Each game has like a crew, I guess, that works on.
Yeah, I thought it was the same like people, and so because they were small, they had ended up migrating to other projects and things, and that's why it slowed down. So yeah, and I mean I don't know. I get the Kickstarter thing and like the time thing, and I think a lot of these companies have no idea like what they're doing as far as like choosing a length of time.
There he is.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey, Rich. We can hear you. We can see you.
See you.
I just got home. I know.
Welcome to the show.
Times on the ride in, I know it broke up a little bit, so
yeah,
I might have missed some.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a little choppy here and there, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I like the Kickstarter thing. I've got stuff that's like behind on Kickstarter, but like these guys, like you get the stuff, right? Like you get it.
Yeah.
Like I know, and I know like Death Angel mentioned Goodman Games. Like I've backed their stuff, and I think every single Kickstarter of theirs has been, I don't know, 3 to 6 months late. But I always get it, and so like I know like I would back to stuff of theirs and get it, and it's fine. Where and like so these guys, I think it's fine. Like I understand you guys are upset. It's late. They've had problems and all that. And it's upsetting. I'm not saying, oh, you should just, be okay with it. But like they're good for it. It's going to be there. It's going to be an excellent product. Like I'm confident of that,
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure it will. Keeping on with the Free League topic.
Yeah.
The high production value of the Kickstarters, or not the Kickstarters, but their quick starts and their basic box set. For me, it is like I'm looking at the core of my eye. I'm looking at my Blade Runner box here. The cases that you get, whether it's the Fiery Angels, I'm sure Replicant and Rebellion will be too. But the case file that you get with the starter set is incredible. The problem is it's almost too incredible because you've got these glossy photos of the case scene and all this stuff you can manipulate, and it's super awesome.
Yeah.
We finished the case file. Next weekend, we're going to do my home game I'm going to be doing. Here's my grainy black and white photo printed off on my work printer on super cheap paper. And this map is my squiggly, shaky hand nonsense. And I'm like, when you and I played the quick start at PAX.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, I am a nut for Blade Runner. I have the special edition Blu-ray with the little suitcase and the origami unicorn and the spinner. I've seen it hundreds of times. When we played it, I felt like I was in the Blade Runner universe. I honestly felt like Decker investigating these incidents. Yeah. And so I worry as a DM trying to run this system that I absolutely love in this setting that I adore. This actually goes back to what Takata was saying about the One Ring. I don't know if I've got the chops to run this game the way it deserves to be run.
Yeah.
and that's kind of a bummer, but also that's just my head. If I was running Blade Runner, I'm sure everybody's going to be fine with my grainy 5x8 stuff. No one's going to care, but it was just so good playing that. I don't know.
I feel the same way. I feel the same way that their products are so good that like, I feel that if we switch from doing one of their one shots to me running a game, like I can't compete with their stuff. I just want to hit this Edgelord's comment right here. I want to just this right here. DCC has too many tables. False. It doesn't have enough.
No, you're absolutely correct. It has far too many. It's got ridiculous dice.
Anyway, is Blade Runner system good?
I was going to say something about Blade Runner.
Yes, the Blade Runner system is incredible. When I was playing it, Seriously, man, I was sitting there at the table, and you know the scene in the movie where Decker is looking at the photos, and Sector 74C enhance, click, 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 and it enhances. I was sitting there with my cell phone with the camera zooming in, going enhance. I did that for probably half an hour, and I was seriously, I was finding stuff in the photos, and I was like, there's a phone booth back there. It looks like a video. Is there any video footage of this? And the DM was like, yes, there is. And I kept going with it because I'm willing to spend all night doing this nonsense because I'm crazy. And finally the DM said, you have found everything there is to find here. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm ready to move on. I'm good to go. Yeah, it's great, man. It's so good.
Specifically though, he did mention his Blade Runner system good.
Yes.
So
yeah, you have to, but you do have to get the starter set.
Yes,
you have to get the starter box.
Yeah.
Because the other companions, and the reason why I didn't back the most recent of the case files was because they've added new professions, and yet you still are supposed to have it. I mean, according to them, they're like, no, you just take the pre-gens, the 4 pre-gens from the first one, you carry them through. And it's like, if you're adding a new, and I asked this, in the thing when I was first backing, the most recent Kickstarter, and I was like, why don't you have as a stretch goal? It would cost you nothing to do this, is to add new pre-gens for the new professions that you're adding. And they didn't do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
agree.
It
100%.
really does, really does
that's a
take
misstep.
away because, like I said, it would cost them nothing to do it. And at least you'd have a whole bunch of pre-gens that you can introduce as NPCs if the players are making up their own or whatnot. And it allows you to build off of it. Now, as so I was like kind of put off by their response, to that one thing, because they were like kind of asking like, hey, what would you like to see? And it was like totally ignored, so I was like, all right, I'm not going to do that. But if they are going to do a 50% off everything and, for Black Friday and everything, I will probably pick up, what is it? The Fire Angels? Was that the third one? Or
no, Fire Angels is case file 2. The Replicant
all right, so
Rebellion.
I have that one. And the new one is the one I skipped on. So
the Replicant Rebellion. Yeah,
but or at least like produce a supplement of like a dossier of 50 50 pre-gens. I mean, that would be awesome if they did that.
No, that would be awesome. And that was one thing that I didn't like. And they did it with Dragonbane as well. Is they had the original set. They have like 5 whatever pre-gens, and then the free RPG Day module has the same pre-gens,
same ones.
Yeah. And I was like,
they'd done
man,
the ones too.
and they're fine, but I was hoping to have like 5 different ones. So then this way you have it. And then when you run the game, you can say, oh, here, because I think at like a convention, I think we had like 5 pre-gens or we had like 6 players. Right. And so I think what happened was 2 people played like the same character. They just changed the name. Like, so we end up having like 2 halflings or something. Do you remember that, Jason? Was that Dragonbane?
I was playing one of the halflings.
Right, it was 2 halflings then. Yeah, okay.
I played the actual pre-gen character, the female halfling thief, and the other guy played a male version of that. Like he changed the name, changed the sex, but it was the same character.
Yeah.
It worked out fine. There was no issue with it.
Yeah, Edgelord. It's the same. Well, what system are we talking about? Same as Forbidden Lands. Are we still talking about Blade Runner? Blade Runner and Forbidden Lands are both based on the Year Zero engine.
The Year Zero system.
Dragon, so they're similar. They're very similar. They have the same core. I think there's some minor changes. I'm not sure what changes are between the two, but I think there's some minor adjustments.
That's what I was going to mention. I haven't played this yet, but I really want to.
Yeah,
it's on my list.
I've heard it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I got this. I don't know what was going on, but they were selling it for like $30 on Amazon, and the books alone that
Nice.
came with it, these fake leather ones,
Ooh,
are super
look at that.
nice. Got these maps on the inside.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is very much. It's not marketed that way, but it's very much if you wanted to run like a West Marches style game with a lot of resource management.
Yeah.
Dragonbane, I've seen Dragonbane called Forbidden Lands Light because it doesn't go as hard into resource management as Forbidden Lands does.
Yeah.
But every book, there's other books too. Like they've put out a couple more. I have them, the hardcover books, like monster books and different regions, like the Ravenlands, I think is the other one. Man, they're awesome. Like the art in them is great. If you like the black and white style pencil art, I'm trying to find a picture here I can show you.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah.
It's similar though. You can see the like to Dragonbane, the kins and everything are pretty much the same. They have some other. There's actually some other ones in here. Actually, no, they're all in Dragonbane now too with the bestiary book. So you can play as a goblin, you can play as an ogre, you can play. Yeah, this is a map.
Yeah. Oh, hey, let me.
They do this neat thing too with this
Wanna hit
game
that
that
There you go.
they give you a big map, and it comes with these stickers. So like as you travel out, you find these locations so the players can put that, you can put that on the map so they can see where they've been, because the premise of the game is there was some sort of cloud or something that covered the land, and you couldn't go out like overnight. If you did, you basically died. So everybody stayed pretty much within their villages, and that's slowly dissipating in different areas. So people are sending people out to explore, and there's different factions and all that stuff. It's really neat in the setting wise. It's really neat.
Hey, thanks for coming, Eclectic Goat. Take care.
Man.
And yeah, guys, just because we got some people watching here. I know I said it in the beginning of the stream, but hey, if you're I know Bloodworth has at least 2 or 3 more subscribers than I do, but if there's anybody that's on my channel that's not subscribed to Bloodworth, please go over, subscribe to him, and also to Decato's channel. So
yep, definitely spread it around, and I will
yeah.
They have some new features on it, but I think you guys have to either have them allowed for a boost. It's called hyping videos.
Yeah.
And or you might have to be monetized already. So we have to get you guys over the 1,000 mark so that you can get monetized, so we can start really spreading the hype for your channels.
Yeah. I don't know. We got to get there. I'm at I don't know. Last I looked, I think there was I had 72 subscribers. So we're on the road. We're on the road. We're getting there. Getting better every day. On the road to 1,000. So, drop us some links. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we could probably do that. I'm just not sure how to do that right now. But we can YouTube hype points. Is that
yes?
Is that what you're talking about? That's what
that's what I'm talking about. Like, it doesn't specifically say that you have to be monetized, but when I clicked on your guys' videos, it doesn't give me the option to
what I
hype
found when I researched it, it said that it's for that hype feature is for channels between 500 and 500,000 subscribers.
Oh, okay. So,
okay.
And Decato, you got to be close.
I'm at 315 the last time I looked.
Okay.
So
the promotion stuff, though, the cross promotion stuff's been helping me, though. I've been getting
good.
I posted that into mine, but I don't know. I think if I post that into mine, I don't know if it'll go to all the channels.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's mine, and then Decado. What's your channel name, Decado?
I think it's Decado 1628, because I'm a horrible self-promoter.
1628, because that's the year you were born.
Yeah, that was the year you were born.
So you were born 16, isn't that? Or two of
You're a
apart?
sock account. You're-
1628, you
There's-
said?
Yeah.
Chicago 1620. I've been thinking about. I got
1628,
told
yeah.
by Joe the lawyer that I need to change it to Troll Den Painting, which I probably should, but I've had that
Yeah.
channel name forever, so I probably should.
Yeah. And then DM Bloodworth will drop his in the chat too. I don't
Yeah.
know if that'll show up for everybody on everybody else's.
I don't think it does actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's but in your when it's all said and done, you can put those in your description notes, and then they will pop up. And I'll do the same.
Oh, okay, right.
I'll do the same with mine because I'm cross streaming on mine as well. So I think if we're all cross streaming, then you don't really need to do that because individuals will be able to pop in from whichever direction they're coming from.
Right. Right.
As a matter of fact, let me double check and see on my end on YouTube and see if I can do that. Double check it.
Yeah, it doesn't. Edgelord said it doesn't, so it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't pop up. So I don't know if you guys want to copy those links and post them into your
I'll take a I'll definitely
chats or
post
whatever.
you
And
guys
then,
up. And I have both of your channels on my features. So if anyone goes to my website on the homepage, if they scroll down a little bit, they'll see featured channels, and you two are right there on my featured channels as well.
Oh, fantastic.
So
yeah, that's good. So yeah, if we can put those in, and then I'll add them to the
that's weird
to the channel afterwards.
Goat, I have subscribed to your channel. I will check it out later.
Am I still there? Yeah, I'm
yours.
trying to work it.
So
I'm usually not on my iPad, so that's the other thing is, and actually my iPad is about dead. So it's like, it's been somewhat of a disaster.
Oh boy.
Not expecting to work today at the, New York City schools saying, tomorrow, today is a holiday, but they gave us yesterday off instead of today. And that just messed me up. So, but thankfully, because yesterday I had a major errand to, pick up my daughter from the airport, and that was a 7-hour delay, kind of thing. So,
Death Angel. I don't know if I can generate. I don't know how to do that. I guess I haven't done that yet. So I don't know how difficult that is to generate a collaboration. But
a collaboration.
That's why Death Angel Shadow says when the stream becomes VOD, generate the collaboration and send Decado and Richard the links. So I don't know if that.
I don't think it'll work that way. You have to create. I haven't done a collaboration with a live stream. I don't know if it works the same way as with a regular video.
Yeah, because it's already uploading as we speak.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it would work that way. I've only done it like you said. Like I make
Well,
a video and then when I'm posting it, I just bring up DM Bloodworth and he graciously shares my nonsense.
We could figure this out probably off stream, not in front of everybody. I'm sure that this is really interesting.
Show
to our audience.
High tech we are in front of everyone.
But,
I am definitely low tech.
But
Same here.
but yeah. So we could figure that out after. I know I don't know if any of the other Freely games do it, but I know the Alien game had it has like the difficulty setting on it. I assume they're going to do that with the second edition. I forget. I don't have it in front of me. I forget what they called it, but they called it the they called it like cinematic mode and something else, and they kind of made it so it like you could play it like a regular like RPG, and it was like really deadly and like more realistic. And I think that was like the cinematic thing, or you could play it more like a campaign mode where you can do where your characters probably survived. The characters are more hardy, they're harder to kill.
They don't they definitely don't in the cinematic mode. I think that's probably what, if Chris is still here, he could tell us which mode we got, but when we played it, we all died. We all
I
died.
think it's the cinematic mode where everybody dies, and that makes sense. I think because everybody in the movie usually
There you go.
usually buys it.
Eclectic Goat. That's the name of my my YouTube channel. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Let's see.
Yeah.
How to do an invite.
Yeah. Yes.
Paul.
No comment, Paul. No comment. But yes.
Dun.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. Yeah, don't know.
I'm not that bad with technology, really. It's just the new technology.
I don't recall any of the other Free League games doing a difficulty mode. I don't recall anything like that being built into the system anyway.
No,
cinematic
none of the ones
mode
I've played.
and story mode. Yeah, and is Chris? Do you know? Is that the only one that does that? Is Alien? Because I haven't heard of it from any other of the Free League games. But
It's the only one I've seen that does it. All the one. I mean, I have Forbidden Lands, Dragonbane. Vaesen doesn't do it. One Ring doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Twilight 2000.
That's interesting. I wonder. It's almost kind of like Call of Cthulhu, where they have the regular Call of Cthulhu and Pulp. Although Pulp, I played a lot of Pulp, and it's fairly deadly. But maybe it's kind of along that vein.
Well, I think Call of Cthulhu is meant to be. It's like Aliens. If you're playing an Aliens game, you know you're gonna die. You're gonna get your head bitten off or die in acid
I
bath.
played Call of Cthulhu with Chris and Rooster in here. We played it together, and the way our keeper explained it to us is like, in D&D you start off and you only get better. In Call of Cthulhu you start off the best you're ever going to be, and you just get worse.
Yeah.
And he was not wrong.
Yeah. It's it's interesting. That's like how I feel about like OG Ravenloft and things like that, where like the players
Rooster
go
is
in
running us in Ravenloft right now.
Nice. The OG Ravenloft, or are you doing? Like
we're playing. We're playing Touch of Death, like a module, and we're using Old School Essentials, Second Edition, and a mix of Old School Essentials and Second Edition AD&D, and we came close to a TPK in the last session for sure. And we've had my son's character. He's taken the most abuse. He's gone down a couple times, and had to been saved by us. Really, it's a lot of fun though. It's fun to be able to go back and play those old modules. I never got a chance.
Shellback. I do a lot of work. I do my best work in Linux, so that's how back I no GUI, just do everything from the command line, from Bash. But it's the best way to do it. But I've got a couple servers at home running that, so that I can do. But when it's clicky buttons and newfangled YouTube stuff, like I can't do it. Ravenloft using Shadow Dark, it's probably fine.
I will tell you that Castles and Crusades didn't work that well, but
no, I ran totally not related to Free League, right? But I ran Curse of Strahd, the 5e Curse of Strahd, kind of heavily modified with some stuff from the second edition stuff, because they had a ton of stuff that came out for it. And I used Hyperborea, and
that'd be a good system.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, it was fun. So
I think that's a great system, honestly. And I've only played it 3 times, and it's awesome. It's it was a blast. I mean, I thought it handled itself fine, and all of that. So wow, this is way off topic now. Kurai, I would use Ubuntu. Ubuntu is definitely a Linux distro to learn, because it has Ubuntu, definitely.
agile.
I would count on my fingers and hope for the best.
Definitely easy. Definitely easy. That's the way to go. Let me know. Let me know if you want me to make a video about setting up some Linux stuff, and we'll do that too. Hyperborea 3E is wonderful. Absolutely, it is.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely,
Awesome. A lot of fun. A lot of fun
It
to
is
play.
amazing.
Jeff
It is
Delaney is a
fun.
great dude too.
Delaney is a fantastic guy. And yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, Mandrake. yeah. But yeah, good stuff. Yes, please, he says. Oh my God. Well, you're the only one that'll watch a Linux video. I don't know. Well,
all you need is one viewer.
That's it. That's all I need. And if it gets me another subscriber or something, absolutely.
That's right.
I'll do it. That's right. Bloodworth. That's how Bloodworth got over 4,000. You do what the audience wants, right?
You just trudge along. It took me 9 years to get to 4,000. Some people get it in a day, so I don't.
Yeah.
You can't. You just don't dwell on it. It'll happen. Over time. It'll happen.
No, I'm not. Yeah.
Just put out there what you want to put out there. That's the other thing. It's like I won't. Could I have doubled the number if I was spending time doing 5e content? Sure.
Sure.
But
sure, absolutely.
It's not interested in it, and it'll come off when you're not interested in it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like,
yes.
You can't fake it. It's like it
yes.
doesn't work online when you're trying to fake it. So
yeah. It was brought up earlier about we touched on the Free League games, like doing campaign play. I think it was mentioned for one of the one of the Year Zero engine games. Yeah, was it Vaesen? Yeah, Vaesen. So I mean, I assume that's not bad, right? Because you get at the end of the session you get XP, and you use that to buy like another rank and a skill, right?
Yeah, Vaesen. Someone asked specifically about Vaesen. Vaesen is you can do one shots. It's also designed for campaign play. Like a lot of their games, they have like stronghold rules, I'll call them. So in Vaesen, you have Castle Gillenkreuz, at least in the original Vaesen. It's now moved to different areas of the world with the latest books, like Prague and stuff like that. But you have Castle Gillenkreuz, and that's a pretty neat system because you can also use your upgrades in that to buy features to your stronghold, which gives you things. Because in the Mutiny of Zero games, there's a preparatory phase, like you get your mystery or your invite to go and investigate, and you can prepare, and then each player has to decide, how do I prepare, which helps them down the road with the roll or something like that. And the castle can have all sorts of things in it. And that starter box that just came out actually has a layer by layer map, which is neat in one regard. But like the session I ran a few sessions of Vaesen, and the first one was all about the castle, and I didn't have that map, which was actually kind of good because then I could just kind of ad lib, like, oh, you find this library or whatever. The mystery actually took place at the Castle Gillenkreuz for them to get started. And then I did a mystery from, I think the core book. I did the mystery in that. So it is definitely designed for campaign play.
Sure.
That sounds cool, Paul.
Yeah, Paul said he's Jeff Delaney is working on Chromarium book, which is cool.
City book.
Big City,
either book or a box set. He's not 100% on which one.
Yes, I saw that Macros had Jeff Delaney on, and I was not able to watch it, but I definitely want to go back.
I watched
I'm going to definitely check that out.
It was really good. It was good. I watched it today.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, Jeff's a good guy.
Jeff is
chance
awesome.
at ShireCon to shoot the breeze with him a little bit, and
yeah, that's cool. So So you think campaign play in most of these free league games are fine? I know that Decado, you and I talked about a little bit about some of that. I don't know, like maybe in a thing where you have, you can just keep buying like more ranks, or you can keep, going up. So things like Dragonbane, I kind of get iffy on, where like I worry about like eventually you can't level anything up because you just can't make the rolls, or you end up having to level up stuff that like you're never going to use or you don't want to.
So the thing of it is though, like, I've played, I'm trying to think the longest Dragonbane adventure I've played, and I think it was 16 to 18 sessions before we came to the end of it. The thing of it is though, is those other skills are valuable. So like how my group typically does it is, so say I have a guy that I have a dwarven fighter, and he's good with axes. So now I get 5 chances or whatever to level something up at the end of the session. I'll always try to do my axe. I won't always get it, but then I will turn around and hit some of my lower stuff, just because those skills are important. It's not a huge exhaustive list of skills, so they can come up quite a bit depending on who's running your game, like, so I think it could be, and I think ways to, because I've had some people ask me about, like, would you max out quicker? Because the highest you can get is an 18. That's pretty hard to do. I mean, you got to get, I've had characters that have done that, but I have characters that haven't done that either. But you could also stretch it by not letting them do that every session. And I've played in games that way. Not a big deal to me. Maybe
do it every module
session
or something.
Yeah. You could do it like Call of Cthulhu. I think the way we did it in Call of Cthulhu is like was it when you ended a chapter, I think? We were playing big game mass, but you could stretch it out. I think you could make it work. That's actually one of the things I want to test out, is a longer Dragonbane game. So maybe when the Trudvang stuff comes out, I can do that.
Yeah, right.
And give it a whirl.
I
think the system's great.
I guess I was thinking about it like leveling up, like if you're trying to roll out for like 5 things every week or what, every session, right? That like eventually, like, you end up bringing up the lower stuff because you can make those rolls and you can get those up. But I think after doing that, like after say 10 sessions, right? Like now everybody's gotten 50 rolls, maybe even 40 rolls, whatever, right? And that's like, I don't know. I just feel like that would make everybody like similar, like stat wise or skill wise or whatever.
I disagree with that. Sure, you're going to get 40 or 50 rolls, but you've got like a 30% chance of half of those rolls getting applied to the character. So you might level your entire skill list up 20 points.
Total.
So,
and the way the professions work, you'll have like, and they're all the ones I've had in games have been largely very valuable because they can do different things. So they'll have like different specialties, as far as like the artisan is good at building things. He may not be the best combat guy, but like if I need a suit of armor built, so let's we kill this monster, we can make armor out of it. We do that, so they'll have a different skill set, and you definitely can notice that. It kind of reminds me in a way of like CNC or any OSR game. Like if you're missing a core character class in a session, a lot of times you feel that, like, oh, the cleric's not here, or the rogue's not here, or we don't have any frontline fighters. I think that's great. One, because it makes everybody important. Not everybody can do. You can kind of do everything, but the artisan's going to be way better at building stuff than my dwarven fighter is. He just sucks at it.
Rooster mentions that there's no guarantee increase any of the skills. And that's true. And I mean, if you take 50 rolls, you're right. If you only have like a 20% chance, then that's
roll like me
20 points or whatever,
probably less.
Now you told me that you always roll low, so that's why you play
until it comes time to improve stuff. It works great in play, but when it comes time to make upgrades, all of a sudden I should be in Vegas. It's like, what the frick?
Nice. Nice. Yeah, good
Yeah.
time.
I do like Dragonbane though because it's a Rolo system because I habitually roll horribly. So like
Yeah.
Dragonbane
Yeah.
usually works great for me.
I don't know, and I know that I sound like a broken record to Jason and Joe, but the roll under systems, like, because they're like fixed difficulty, you're only rolling against yourself. Like, I don't know, I just could never get into it. I mean, I've played Mothership. I like Mothership. That's
Mothership's fun.
percentile roll under. I played Dragonbane, ran Dragonbane, love it. It's fantastic. I just, for like long-term things, like, I don't know, just rolling against yourself for everything instead of having any kind of like, like, it just bugs me. It just bugs me.
What I like about it is the speed of it.
Yes. Right. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier.
And I roll like shit,
Right.
so it works
There's
great.
no
Two
math.
things I like about it.
There's
no
no
math.
and
Roll the
that is
die.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. Even
I-
Mothership has math because it's like, oh,
Yeah.
do I have a +10 to this, or do I have a? So you got to figure that out. But yeah, that's the thing. You know what the number is because it's on your sheet, and you just roll the die, and you got to get under that number. And
You just look at it and go.
right. I just don't like. I don't know, like, the spell casting is fine, right? You're trying to roll under
Yeah.
your intelligence or whatever, but like your weapon skill, like, I don't know, like, you're trying to hit, I always make the same example, right? But like, you're trying to hit a goblin, you're trying to hit a giant, you're trying to hit a dragon, like, it's the same roll. And I don't know, like, I think it should be harder.
Well, the thing
to
is
hit
those
something that's
those adversaries add different levels of not of difficulty of hurting them, right? So if you're fighting a dragon, I'm sure his armor
It has an
rating
armor
is
rating
going
of
to
20.
ignore
right. The armor
most
rating
of your
higher, yeah.
damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whereas if I hit a goblin,
Yeah.
he's going to feel that a lot more because his armor rating sucks.
Right. Right. And that's
And you
how they're
can
doing
add
that.
levels of
Yeah.
difficulty or bonuses to it because you have the Bane and Boon system. And those, unlike like say 5th edition, it's advantage, disadvantage. But unlike 5th edition, those can stack. So like as a game master, if it was something really difficult, I could tell you that you roll with double Bane on it. So you would roll 3
Yeah.
dice and take the crappiest roll that you get, or you just roll with a Bane. I've never seen it. I think it's happened a couple times in our games where it's stacked, but it would, like, with if you've taken conditions or anything like that, and then on top of it, like a circumstance causes you to have a Bane as well, and you have a condition that you've pushed a roll, and I'm mad because that's the default in our Dragonbane games. Everybody goes mad first. And,
Yeah. I'm angry.
and then I'm angry, and then so that affects your skills in that are attached to that attribute. I think it's such a simple but really elegant system as well.
Yeah.
It's why if I'm not playing like a D&D style fantasy game like Castle Crusades, OSC, Hyperborea, any of those, like Dragonbane's my favorite fantasy system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I like it. Like I said, it's just the biggest hang up for me is the roll under thing. And I know,
and I've heard that,
a
like my
broken record.
buddy Zagig that's in the thing, he really likes Dragonbane. I ran it
Yeah.
at one of our gaming weekends, and he liked it enough he bought it, and he's run it for us at gaming weekends. And I think he's even said that to me, like the roll under is, and it's weird. I mean, because we all grew up playing D&D where it's always like roll high, unless you're making an attribute check in the older games. But
Right.
I get it. I just like I like it for those reasons because it's fast and
Yeah.
I roll like shit. So
No, it definitely is. It definitely is. But I think that keeps me from using it as like a campaign game.
Right.
I think like I was talking earlier, I made the list of like games that like I want to run or whatever, and like Dragonbane doesn't make my list of games that I would run a longer campaign with.
A tear rolls down my cheek for hearing that.
No, I mean, and I would run like a 6-session campaign or something, right, with it. A short campaign. I think it'd be fine for that, but it's not something that I would say, okay, this is a system that I want to run for, a couple of years. I mean, because that when I say I want to run a campaign, Like, I don't mean I want to run 10 sessions. For me, a campaign, I want to run 100 sessions or something. Like that. When I say campaign, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So
one
of my groups
that
I play in,
go ahead.
My friend ran this adventure. This is a old
me-
school essentials adventure called the Elder Oak.
Okay.
And
Yep.
we ran it using Dragonbane, and this little 26 page book lasted us 16 sessions. I think it was 16 or 18 sessions.
That's crazy.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
In Dragonbane.
Yeah.
This was actually a really good adventure too. So
yeah,
Very
that's
cool.
cool. Yeah. Rich, what are your thoughts on that? I saw you kind of, I don't know if you were going to say something.
As far as campaigns, like certain
Yeah.
certain game systems are not campaign worthy, let's say, or they don't suit well for a very long campaign like you're talking about. I mean, I have the same thing with like Shadow Dark. Shadow Dark, to me is something you'll play for 2-3 months and then you restart a new campaign. It's like taking the characters from 1st to 10th level and then stop.
Agree.
There's nothing to go beyond that. I'm not that familiar with actually playing or running Dragonbane, but same kind of thing with like Blade Runner.
Yeah,
Blade Runner is very episodic. Now it might take you to go through a case file. It might take you several weeks to do a case file, but then you're not going to go into like the next case file. I don't think they lead into each other the same way. And if you're going to create your own thing, much like Jason was saying earlier on, it's like you're not going to piggyback off of those. You're going to do something completely different, maybe even in a different location or whatnot. And again, it's going to be very episodic, and you might not want to play those characters for very long. Or it's a pretty lethal system too. So some of them might actually get killed off, and then you're going to do a restart anyway. The other thing with Blade Runner, which I don't think anybody has mentioned before, already, is that is built around 4-player characters.
Yep.
Right. Yes.
I mean,
and
almost
only 4 player. Exactly. 4 players.
Exactly.
Not
4 players.
Not
and
5.
Splitting the party. And splitting the party in it as well.
Splitting the party. Yes.
Yeah.
That's splitting the party. That was the only thing about the game that we played at PAX that it wasn't that I didn't enjoy it. Just like I'm over here, enhance. I'm investigating, and cut. And now we're going to go over to this character here. He's in front of the mainframe at police headquarters, and he's doing a search. If all of your players are really proficient with the system, it can go by very quickly. Yeah. But if all of your players, like us at the time, didn't know what the hell we were doing, the guy running the mainframe, he was like, I don't really understand. I mean, what am I doing? And and I'm like, are you stupid? This is not difficult. Do this, and this. Run a search. But I'm not going to say that to another player. Certainly not somebody that at a con that would be terrible. But that's my inner monologue, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm starting to seethe at this. So it's as much as I was hyping Blade Runner, and I'm still hyping Blade Runner because I love it. It did have its issues, but it's just like any other system. As the players get more proficient, it speeds up. It goes much more quickly.
Yeah. The only time I've ever run Blade Runner was at a convention, and it went really well. I had 3 players, and one player handled 2 of the characters, and it went really, really well, and so it's a great convention game. That's for certain.
Sure.
And you have to truncate it a little bit, that case file, to get it to fit within a 4-hour time period. But there was, another great thing about that particular adventure too, that first case file, is that you can go through the entire thing without any combat.
Yep.
Or, and the one time that I ran it, it was just one fist fight. That was it. you know, and they loved it. They loved the fact that it was so investigation, and they liked the fact that they felt that they could go in different directions and then come back together again. They like to hear the fact that if they did get into a gun battle, it was going to be, you know, pretty darn hairy, you know, and they were, you know, because I wanted to share that with them. I was like, well, if you did this was likely to happen. And then
that closing scenario where there's, I think, 3 spinners come in and there's 2 cops in each spinner.
Yes.
I mean, you are vastly outgunned.
Yeah.
You don't want to try and shoot. And not only that, you are supposed to be Blade Runners. You are police. So, you know, it would be very against the Blade Runner theme to just open fire on other cops. You don't do that.
Yeah. Right. So it was a really, really well-crafted adventure. It's a great system for that particular genre that you're looking to do as well, because Blade Runner is mostly investigative and that kind of thing with some chasing thrown in and you know, very limited combat actually. And it's just a, you know, a near masterpiece. I don't know how that could have been done better than what it was, you know, but I want to hedge it a little bit and not call it a masterpiece, but it's darn damn, you know, it's really close to a perfect game system matching up.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's one thing I'll say about Free League. In their starter sets, like I in most other games, like their sample, you know, dungeons or sample adventure one shots that they come out with, they're usually combat heavy. You know, but like Free League definitely, you know, seems to make them so that, you know, you can, I mean, obviously there's games like Alien that, you know, the point is to kill the alien. Like that's you know, but a lot of their other things like the Dragonbane stuff that we played, you know, you could kind of, you know, you could get through it get through most of it by investigating and talking and kind of get, you know, going through the, like I didn't look at the Vaesen one, so I'm not sure how that, you know, plays out, but like I know the Dragonbane ones and the Blade Runner, things like that, they're, you know, they're very placed, you know, so that you can actually just go through them and, you know, without combat, without having to get into a fight every time you turn a corner. So that's kind of interesting. And props to Free League from, you know, for that.
Yeah, when we did the before we answer that, because I answered that one.
Yeah, go ahead.
When we played that Blade Runner quick start scenario, the only combat that we got into was me and you. You know, you were playing the crusty old cop, and by some miracle, because we know each other so well, you knew exactly what I was going to do at the end. My Blade Runner was a replicant sympathizer, and so we chased down the replicant that had gone haywire, and I told her, the only way you're getting out of this alive is you come with me, and we're going to escape off world. And Roger looked at me and he went, "Make it look good." And I said, I looked at you and said, "Don't break my jaw." Yep. And I said, "You got it." And I pistol whipped him. Yeah, I knocked him out. He totally knew what I was going to do. So I pistol whipped him. And then, you know, the replicant and I bailed and ran off to the spaceport to jump ship, you know, to get off the planet. And it was such a Blade Runner moment for me. I was like, you know, because like, and I could see it. It was so well written that when the replicant and I were on the shuttle getting ready to depart, I could hear Vangelis music in my head. I mean, it was so well. Like you said, it was a masterpiece. It's so well done.
Rich has got to.
I got to run, guys. Hey,
thank you so much.
I think the next time we're getting together is November 11th is a Tuesday. So you're going to do these on Tuesday night. So I will be.
We've been doing these on Tuesdays.
I am off that day because it's Veterans Day. So I will definitely be here for that.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, we'd love to have you on. We'll talk about where I'm like barely a week ahead on you know, what the title's going to be. So we'll we'll work on that. But
All right.
no, we'll talk. Thank you so much for coming. And
Yep.
it was great to have
Thanks
you.
for having me, and everyone have a great night. Take care.
Yeah.
Hey, Rich.
Thanks so much, Rich. Take care. Yeah.
Back to the Pendragon question.
Yeah. So let's see. Getting away from Free League. Yeah, we've been doing that all night.
Yeah, we're good.
Tried the latest Pendragon. So I don't think we played it.
Mm-mm.
I haven't. I don't know if you guys have.
I played the starter adventure. That's in the box set.
The solo, yeah. And
Yeah.
I bought the starter set, and that's as far as I got because it looked cool. I think I bought it at PAX a couple of years ago. We saw it. But that's it. Have you guys played it, Ducato or Joe? Pendragon
I haven't. No.
Okay.
I'd like
So yeah,
to.
no, go ahead, Jason. You're the reigning expert here of the four of us. So
Somebody said, where is it? It's great for what it does. Oh yeah, there we go. It is great for what it's designed for. Yes, I completely agree. I said last week on last week's cast, I love playing paladins and knights and cavaliers. I want to be the knight in shining armor. I have wanted to be that hero since I was 11. That is what I'm always the first in combat. I always want to be that way. And when I saw the Pendragon box set, I picked mine up last week. Crazy coincidence you asking that. I picked it up last Sunday, or Saturday rather, excuse me. I was at this game store that I found nearby, and I found several different products, and I laid them all out and took photos of them, and I sent them to Roger. And I said, do I want this to each of these things? And he was like, yes, no, I've got that one. And one of the ones that he had was Pendragon. And I was like, yeah, I remember seeing this at Roger's place. And I was like, why did I never check it out? Because as you can see behind Roger, he's got all that shit. And I'm always reading something when I go over there. So I picked up the box set, got back to the hotel, opened it up. And like the first thing, I was like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. It's all the characters are knights. You don't have to be a good guy. You don't have to be particularly heroic, but you're all knights or people that are trying to become knighted. And I was like, and the setting, the Arthurian legend, 400 to 550 AD between, Uther Pendragon up to the death of Arthur. I was like, man, this is my shit right here. This is my jam. Low magic, no tech whatsoever. And like,
yeah.
In fact, speaking of the knight in shining armor, did not exist in 400 AD. The knight that we think of is from the 1300s. That Gothic plate mail is from the 1300s. That's when that stuff was invented. So everybody in Pendragon is walking around in a chainmail hauberk. And if you've got that, you must have some money because that stuff's not cheap. Whereas, the peasantry, they're wearing padded armor. Somebody that is doing okay might have some boiled leather, some kind of leather armor. But the knights all wore chainmail. And that's what it was. And so I was reading through it and I was like, man, this is exactly what I was looking for. And I asked Roger, I was like, hey, have you given any thought to this? And his answer was, yeah, there's something about it I don't like. I can't remember what it is. And I was like, God damn it, Roger.
Yeah, so, no, I don't remember what it is. Is it, what's the system?
It's its own system. Yeah, no, it's a D20. I think that I'm pretty sure the D20 determines success. And this is the 6th edition, I believe. So it's gone through things. It was owned by Sutherland, the guy that made it, or Sutherland. Chaosium bought it from him, and then it went to somebody else, I think. And now the original writer has it back, and he has re-released 6th edition. But it's a D20. I think there's one D20, and I think there's 5 or 6 D6s that come with the set. So the D6s determine damage and other stuff. The solo module is really light. You're playing a page, and you're friends with Arthur before the boy before he becomes a king. Your pages together, so it's not combat heavy at all. The only time that I can recall doing combat was at the beginning. You go boar hunting. And I love the way they handle that too. So you've got your spear, you stab the boar. It depends on how well you roll. You might kill the boar.
Yeah.
It might seriously damage you. But before it kills you, one of the knights, I think it's K or Ector, runs up and finishes the boar off. So that whole scene, man, I just loved it. It's, and then that's the solo. And so once you get into book 2, it gives you more of the background on the period. And the only thing that's not like historically accurate in it that I've come across so far is that there's female knights. Completely not historically accurate at all. But that's the only modern gameism that I have found in the book so far. And oddly enough, my wife, who does not play RPGs, she was sitting, she was doing her laptop as I was sitting there going through the books, and I had all the pre-gen characters out, and I think there's 6 pre-gens, 3 male, 3 female, and I laid one of them down, and she went, "Oh, who's that?" And so I read the character to her. She goes, "Oh, I would play that," and I was like, "What the hell?" And so I may be able to get her to play this game. That'd be awesome for me. I would love to be able to play a game with her.
That'd be cool.
So yeah, it's very cool. And I've only read about 20% of book 2, and there's 3 books in it. So I've still got a long way to go. But man, so far I'm really digging what I see.
Yeah. Kurai, yeah, I have heard of Mythic Bastionland. I don't I don't know anything about it. I don't know if you guys have heard of it or
Never heard of it.
Anything. Yeah, 6th edition. Yeah, I think that's the same copy that I have. Yeah, D100 to D20. Yeah, I probably being Chaosium, the original was probably percentile D100, and then it's like you said, it's D20 now. But
that's right. Yeah, I got lucky when I was doing the boar hunt. It was the only crit that I rolled in the game, but when I did, I was like, "Oh, thank God," because I thought that boar was going to wreck me. So I was very happy about that.
Yeah,
Monk, I had no idea that Greg Stafford had passed on. I like that Chaosium is keeping to what he wanted. That's honorable of them. I really like that sort of thing.
Yeah, D20 roll under, higher the better. Like I'm okay with that. Like that doesn't, it's a little bit better because you're trying to get a high, but yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. D20 roll under. I mean that's fine. That's what Dragonbane uses. So I guess it is what it is. But, yeah. But yeah, I don't have any experience with that. I just have the starter set, and maybe at some point I'll run it.
After we do our podcast on Tuesday, I usually watch it twice. I watch it Wednesday and Thursday because I'm always critiquing myself.
Yeah.
I want this, all 20 viewers, I still want them to be like, "Oh, these people really know what they're talking about." Ducato, you said something last week. We were talking about Forgotten Realms, and one of the things that I said was, we didn't go to Waterdeep and all that because for me, I got kind of burned out on the Forgotten Realms lore. But one of the things that you had said was that you guys did do that, and you really liked it. You were like really excited to see Baldur's Gate and all these places that you saw as a kid. And I was thinking, and I was listening to that today, and I was like, man, that's such a great outlook. That's really cool. That's how I felt reading through Pendragon. I've read Morte Arthur, by Mallory. I've got it behind me in hardback. The Once and Future King by T.S. Eliot. I've got it in hardback sitting behind me. I absolutely adore that setting. Sir Gawain and Lancelot and all that. I can't get enough of it. So with Pendragon, I'm like, I'm going to get to pursue the questing beast. I'm going to pursue the chalice, the Holy Grail. I'm going to be meeting Lancelot and Gawain and Agravain and all these people that I grew up being completely enchanted by. So it's really cool to me. So it's like when I was thinking about it, I was like, that's the same way Staccato felt about Forgotten Realms.
Have you ever listened to or read Bernard Cromwell's trilogy on Arthur?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, I listened to it on Audible. It was really.
It's not the
I liked it.
Was it?
No, I'm trying to remember what it's called. I listened to it, and I really liked it a lot. Where's my Audible app?
Is that the I just tried to Google the Last Kingdom series. I don't know if that's
No, that's a different
Bernard
series. He has
Cornwell,
one
okay.
that's specifically 3 books about
Shellback,
Arthur.
I'm a huge fan of Stephen Lawhead. His historical fiction is so good. You ever read Byzantium? That's my favorite of his. But yes, I've read the Pendragon Cycle. It was great.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've heard it's good. I haven't
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
haven't read it.
I think it was early to mid, maybe late 90s, man. Lawhead was pumping out like a book a year, and they were all good. Oh man, the Black Rood trilogy was freaking amazing. Byzantium, like I said, is one of my favorite books of all time. So yeah, I've read Pendragon Cycle. It's very good.
Bernard Cornwell, and it's the 3 books are Excalibur, Enemy of God, and The Winter King. I don't know if that's in order or not.
Cool.
They were really good though.
I will check them
I
out.
don't have any other than the stuff you hear as a kid growing up about King Arthur. I don't have anything, but I really liked them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Byzantium
I was always into some of that
is
stuff.
St. Patrick getting kidnapped off the shores of Ireland, taking my Vikings, and he ends up in the Middle East. Read it. It's boy, and the ending, man, brings tears to my eyes every single time. It's excellent.
Yeah. Cool.
I did listen to the first book in The Last Kingdom too. That was really good. I
Cool.
like
Yeah.
Bernard. He's awesome.
That's did they make that a TV show or something, or is
And
that
Netflix? Yeah, they did it on
Netflix? Okay,
the series.
and it is based on that.
Yeah, it's based
Is
on
it-
his books. It's a long series. I think there's like 20 something books in the series.
What is it still going? The series, or is that?
I think it's done.
That
I
on-
think they did the series. I don't know how many seasons they did, and then I want to say they did a movie too on Netflix for it. I don't know though. For whatever reason I didn't watch
Okay.
it. I should because it got really good reviews, and like I said, I did like the books.
Yeah, 2015. Yeah, I just looked it up. It says 5 seasons. So
That's
yeah.
not right for Netflix.
Well, that's cool.
yeah, 5
Yeah, the
seasons.
book was really
total
good.
46 episodes.
Made me want
So-
to
and
jump on a
they're
long
hour
ship and
episode.
attack the English.
Oh, and then a film. Yeah, and then they did a film.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I should watch that actually.
yeah, interesting. Yeah, the season 5 was in 2022, and then the film was in 2023. So that must have been
I
like their
definitely
last thing. Yeah,
didn't go like the way, like the premise of it. I thought it was going to go in a very different direction, and it didn't surprise me, which was good in a good way.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
I'll check it out.
yeah,
for
that's cool because I've been watching. I can't remember what I've been watching like recently, but there was a few things that I watched where it's like you just watch it and you're like, okay, I know where this is going. This is going to go here and here, and this is going to do this, and then it happens, And I think Fantastic Four was one of them. The latest one where it's like you just watch like, okay, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and then boom, 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 all these things.
I told you.
Happen. It's like, and so
I told you it was going to happen. I
watched
didn't even
it.
see that stupid movie.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, I wanted to see it. I mean, I was in it for Ralph Ineson. I mean, I'm a fan, and he's in like practically nothing. So, but love the guy. I thought he did great too. So it was it was fantastic. Shellback, we're talking about the Last Kingdom, the book series that was written by Bernard Cornwell, was it? Yeah,
Cornwell. Yeah,
Cornwell. Yeah. So they did 5 seasons in a movie. So yeah. So yeah, we're talking about that. Yeah. They tend to do that.
They do
They
that.
tend to do that once in a while, and we appreciate it always, right? So yeah, so I mean, we've been going 2.5
hours.
2 hours here, 2.5 hours.
I'm not sure how much
Um,
freely we discussed.
talking
but
about
it's okay.
talking
we got some in there.
for
Yeah.
probably
I think
half
we hit
hour,
it pretty good.
of the total. What is there anything else that you guys want to touch on as far as the Free League stuff goes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I don't have that one.
Yes.
What do you got? Yeah,
Twilight 2000, man.
Hang on. Hold it up again. Let me get I'll put you on the big. Yeah, Twilight 2000. There it is. And that's the box set.
Yes. Yeah, and I've got all the expansions.
Yeah.
And including the pre-order that they're coming out with here in a few months. When I was in high school, I was in ROTC. Of course I was. Joined the Army and all that. And my buddies and I played this version of it that was produced in 1984. This is the original Twilight 2000.
I remember that cover.
Yeah. And it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. And so it was my first PAX. You and I went to PAX for the first time, and Free League had their booth table area set up, and I had never heard of Free League. I didn't know who they were. I didn't know anything about Mörk Borg or any of that other stuff. We walked by, and I saw this Free League sitting there, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
and I looked at it, and I was like, "Is this?" And I was asking the guy behind the counter, I was like, "Is this the same Twilight 2000 from the 80s?" And he said, "Well, this is the 4th edition," and he was telling me all about it. And I was like, "Take my money. I don't know who you are, and I don't care. Just take my $50." And I gave it to him. Go back to the hotel, dumped it out, and I was like, "This is incredible." The only downside, and I still laugh about this, in this version, the player's guide is 24 pages. The DM's guide is 31. In this version, the player's handbook is like 120 pages.
Oh my God.
I'm sure it says, oh no, I'm sorry. The player's manual is 152 pages.
Wow.
And the referee's manual is 112.
Wow.
So it is much more dense, but it's still very good. And any con I go to, I specifically look for Twilight 2K to play in. I've never played a Twilight 2K that I did not enjoy. I like it because if you know military tactics, if you use them in the game, they work. Even if you're running with a bunch of civilians, you can say, no, look, you go here. We're going to set up an L-shaped ambush. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. You go here. You do this. We do this. And if everybody does that, it works. It works like it does in real life. And there's always bad dice rolls, and the enemy, of course, can do whatever they want. So, but it plays like I want my military encounters to work. There's no fantasy involved. I used to play Spycraft. It was a 3.0, 3.5 game. I love Spycraft. It was great, but it was like James Bond on steroids. Everybody had cigarette grenades and the weird gadgets and all that stuff. There's none of that in this. You have an M16 or an M4. The Soviet bloc has their AKs and their variants. So it's very realistic. And boy, death comes quick in Twilight 2K. Getting shot is not a good time. And since the only healer is a medic who isn't going to be able to do a whole lot of healing on you, you can't be, like we were discussing Greg Gillespie's Dragon Slayer last week or 2 weeks ago. You can't mess around. The system is not designed to save you. The system is designed to make you think. And if you think and you pay attention and you look at what's going on, you have a very good chance of success. But if you sleep, if you're half-assing or just not paying attention, you're toast. You're not going to make it.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I love it. And again, the hallmark of Free League, the quality is amazing. Everything is flawless. The cards, the equipment cards that it comes with, the encounter cards, all that stuff, the dice, just absolutely top quality. So, once again, great work by Free League. Love it.
Yeah, and that's really great customer service too. Like the one time I had a problem with something from them, they replaced it and didn't even ask for proof of damage or anything like that. So, maybe the guy messed up or something. I don't know, but best customer service interaction I've ever had.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, not a fan of Mörk Borg. Never done acid either. I don't hate on Mörk Borg. Mörk Borg, it's interesting, and I'll say this: Morkborg is probably my least favorite Borg game. And that's, and I know it's the original. It's the one everything's based on. I don't mind it. It's the setting. It's the setting in Morkborg that kind of bugs me. I really dig Pirate Borg. I think Pirate Borg has the best balance.
Setting's cool. I've never played the game, but I've used the setting.
Yeah.
And the Limithron guys are really cool.
Limithron guys are fantastic. Yeah,
absolutely. They have amazing memories too. Every time Roger and I walk, they're like, "Oh, hey guys, good to see you."
Yeah,
again.
They remember us and everything. Yeah, they're fantastic. How does Twilight 2000 handle Monster Hunter International setting? And any thoughts on that? That's to you, Jason, because you're the only one that
because so much of Free League is very similar. They use different systems. I don't recall this being in fact. Twilight does not use the Mutant Year Zero, but it shouldn't be too difficult to throw in monsters. There's some pretty cool movies out there, like you got the soldiers in World War I, and there's something in the trench. With this, this is post-nuclear. The Russians dropped nukes in Poland, and that's what caused this chaos. So while it's not in the base game, some kind of mutated creature out there whacking soldiers in the night, that could be pretty cool. And also
like good setup for Vaesen too.
Yes, exactly that sort of thing. Yeah. It's some kind of beast that has been awakened by the bloodshed of the war, and it's taking out Russians and Americans, and maybe they have to come together to fight this thing.
When you started saying that, I was thinking about that that Chernobyl game. That's
Stalker.
Yeah, Stalker. There you go.
I loved it.
Something like that. Like that's Stalker when you were talking. That's what I was thinking of.
But the original Stalker trilogy, those are good games.
But that seems like what you were talking about, where you got like some mutated beast or something like that.
Yeah, mutated dogs coming at you, or the snorkers and all that different stuff. Yeah, that'd be that could definitely work with Twilight. That could definitely be a thing. Yes, it is.
Shellback,
I 100% agree.
I mean, Morkborg wasn't made, and this is my opinion, of course, but I don't think Morkborg was made to be like, a legible game. I mean, it was meant to be a playable game, obviously, but it was meant to be an art statement, I think, to push the limits of that, just to prove, what can be done, to show that it, like, RPGs are art, basically.
Yeah, but it's illegible.
I think, and that I'm not disagreeing, but I would think
just like to make a quick point, you can get the legible version for free off the internet.
Right. Absolutely.
That's not the book they're selling.
The whole thing is it's an art project. I mean, that's the whole point of it. It's an art project. Now, I think, to me, I mean, I'm not huge on it because I want a book that I can use at the table. So I'd rather have something that has, readable text and less art and stuff like that in it. But I think it's fine. I think it's a cool piece to look at and whatnot and to have. I think of all of them, I think Pirate Borg is probably the best, where they've taken that balance of art and readability and kind of put that together so they can
even Pirate Borg. And I agree. I do believe it's the best of the batch. I like it. I like the Pirate Borg setting more than the rest of them.
I don't know how this is showing on this is the free version that I bought and paid for. So
it's definitely legible. Yeah,
as you can see,
it's all words, but that's not how it's meant to be, displayed.
I mean, sure, but I mean, I just keep seeing people saying, "Oh, well, I can't read it. There's a legible version out there. I just want to point it out. You don't have to play it. I just want to point out there is a legible version for people."
Yeah, no, I get
Joe's
it.
a big fan of Morkborg, so he's going to defend them to the hilt. And I respect that, Joe. That's great.
I there's a lot of things they do that I don't like, but I don't want to get into those things. So, but no, I just, to the legibility of it, there's a legible version out there, and even the core book, when you get in the back with the dungeons and stuff, that is super legible just in the default book. Because you got like the art stuff, but then when you get to the back where they're like, "Hey, here's some adventures and some tables," and
the tables and stuff that have to be readable.
yeah, it's all. I mean, I just, I just keep hearing it come up, and it's like there's legible stuff out there. It's just,
Sure.
I don't,
Sure.
whatever. If you don't like the game, that's fine. I mean, I don't like every game either. So
yeah. No, I think that the game itself is an art project. I mean, that's the that's the thing of it. So I mean, it's whatever. But yeah. I mean, you got to be into that, I guess. But is there anything else Free League that anybody else wants to touch on? I know Jason needed his moment with the Twilight 2000 box. Decado, I don't know if you've got anything else that you wanted to showcase or talk about.
No, I think I've hit all the ones that, I mean, yeah, I haven't played all the ones that I have, but
yeah,
I kind of
me
have the ones that I want,
That's a big
Although
problem.
somebody in the comments mentioned that, what is it? It's like Brimstone and Gunpowder and Brimstone or something like that. It's almost like a Warhammer fantasy style game. It looks great. Like the cover art and the art in it looks great. That's one I want to check out because I'm a big fan of old Warhammer. I have a lot of Warhammer 2nd edition stuff, and it would probably be a simpler system to use. I'm not even sure what system it uses, but that book's been on my list for a while.
Yeah, the Black Powder and Brimstone. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it didn't show up on the Year Zero engine list when I looked earlier, but
it's probably something different then.
I think it's older though, isn't it? I'm not sure, but
that came out maybe last year.
Oh, is it that? Okay, then
it's not that old.
For some reason, I thought it was older. Well, maybe it is then. I'm not sure then. I don't know what system it is. Action pack, rules light, art heavy, OSR game. I don't know. It says OSR game, so to me that means it has to be a D20 system. But well, it has to be because that's the definition of OSR. I mean, maybe we'll have to have that
setting. Rules light. I like that. Amazon
Morkborg based. Okay. It's Morkborg based. Interesting.
Oh yeah, compatible Morkborg.
So therefore it is not OSR.
We had that discussion a couple weeks ago too.
Because I don't think, we'll have to do a whole. We could probably
Can I bring up one thing just to like devil's advocate the whole thing?
No boy.
Devil's advocate. Sure. Absolutely, Joe.
Roger, what would you classify Mork Manual as?
No, that's not OSR. That's just that's taking Morkborg to play like an OSR game. To me, OSR has a very specific definition, and that is something that is directly based on, and the rules are derived from OD&D, one of the 3 basic D&Ds, or AD&D. That is it. That is my definition of OSR. Now we can have an argument whether Shadow Dark is OSR. I mean, I like to consider it OSR, but in reality, I don't think it is. It skirts the line.
OSR adjacent.
It's OSR adjacent, right? Because Shadow Dark isn't based on OD&D, Basic, any of the 3 versions of Basic, or AD&D. It's based on 5e. And it's stripped down to the part where all that's left is Basic. I mean, I that's basically what it is. So that's why I'm saying that's it's OSR adjacent, and then it's not OSR. And I don't consider Morkborg OSR because I think it's too far off the reservation. You know what I mean? Like OSR is directly off of that tree. As soon as you make branches again, you're no longer OSR.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's of course my opinion. I mean, I think I'm right, but I'm sure everybody has their own opinions.
Everybody has their
But they're
own
wrong.
definitions.
Well, yes. Yeah, OSR next gen. I guess, but that gets ridiculous. I think. I mean, Shellback. I understand what you're saying. But then like what? So now we have to keep track of. Okay, this is OSR. First generation. This is OSR generation 2, and then anything that springs off of that is now OSR. Generation 3 or 4. Basic Fantasy, yes, I would consider Basic Fantasy OSR because it's based on Basic, BX Basic. So I consider that OSR. But I mean that's that's a topic that we don't have the time to. I could talk for an hour about that. So yeah. OSR, new SR. Yeah, I would call it new SR, which is basically OSR adjacent. I mean, that's where I am with that. So, yeah, that's a topic for another show, though, where we can talk about OSR games and all of that. So, what I don't have. I've got a list of stuff. I haven't really taken anything and said, okay, here's going to be our topic for next week. I haven't set that up yet. I got to look at my list. We'll talk about that offline, and I'll get something posted.
I was sent a few suggestions, so we can talk about that.
Yeah, Sweet. Absolutely. Let's talk about that in a few minutes. Yeah, if you guys have any ideas for shows or whatever, put them in the chat. Put them in. Send one of us a message somewhere. Find us at a convention and say, hey, we love the show and want to hear more of your beautiful voice, and give us some ideas there. And yeah. I mean, maybe I should just come into the mic and talk like this. And we can do it.
I'm strangely aroused.
We can do an ASMR.
Close off there. Hold on.
ASMR tabletop RPG discussions.
Boy, that's a niche I don't need to explore right there, man.
And on that note, guys, go buy Free League stuff. They're great. Go buy the Arduin back the Arduin Kickstarter.
Yeah, 10 days left.
Those guys are absolutely amazing. Yeah, 10 days left. Do that. Subscribe to my channel if you're not ASM. Hang on, I put this up there. ASM Roger. I love it.
Don't encourage him.
Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed, and I'll say it. Just gently click the subscribe button. Don't smash it. We don't want anybody breaking their mouse finger or their mouse button. Subscribe to Decato's channel. Subscribe to Bloodworth's channel, and I don't know, Jason and Joe. They'll have a channel at some point, I'm sure.
Nope, I'm happy to be. As long as we keep talking about Dungeons and Dragons, I'm happy to be a guest on yours. I have no desire to start my own.
We're going to talk about Morkborg next week. I think we'll talk about all that.
No,
that Joe will run that show.
You'll see me doing this.
No. Yeah. You might possibly do your job. Yeah. So
you won't be sleeping because I'll be blasting death metal, Jason. That's why.
Yeah, I'll turn that right off.
So, on that note, good night, everybody. Thanks for coming by. We will talk to you guys next Tuesday, same time, same channels, and we'll figure out what we're going to talk about. So, take care, everybody.
See you. Thanks, guys.
See y'all.